Okay, welcome back to this continued freaking hellstorm that we have to call our society. I know it's been a grip since I've been on. I'm your host, Reg from Alaska. I hope to be here with you for, a little while anyway. Um, Everything is a massive amount of disarray here for me. Been having quite the load of trouble. Oh, wow. Right on. Doc Holliday, Jack Torrance, our good friend. Welcome. Winmore, my other good friend. Good to see you too. Throw out the invite here real quick and try to be with you here for a little while. I got a lot of stuff going on. Oh my God. It's just been a nightmare and a shit show. Um, can't seem to get even a word of encouragement out of anybody. And all they can tell me is how screwed I am and that they want 5 grand so they can continue to tell me how screwed I am. It's pathetic. I mean, everybody I've talked to so far is just so busy. There must be a lot of people dying, but nobody wants to seem to even give me one word of encouragement. And all they can do is sit there and tell me how screwed I am. Which, I mean, hey, I already know that, right? Can't anybody tell me something good? But no, apparently not. I can't seem to get one good word out of anybody I've talked to yet. And once again, they continue to circle back to this. I need $5,000 to even try to tell you how screwed you are. And man, it's walls are closing in. It's been hellish here for me. As you can probably tell, the tone of my voice doesn't sound that great. I've been going through talking to is like trying to talk to anybody that I can. Nobody will even give me a word. Um, so it looks like I'm gonna have to go forward 100% on my own. Big surprise, right? Big shock. And so in the meantime, trying to continue to survive. Massive inflation here. Everything's going through the roof. Was just at the grocery store the other day, and everything is just insane. It's just like, are you kidding me? Like everything is doubled, if not tripled, in price for me here. Uh, Still got a few bucks coming in, um, but am trying to get a job for the winter because probably going to be stuck here, slaving just to keep the lights on and keep uh, everything from going delinquent or derelict. Um, Shit, like I said, the freaking mailbox got broken into recently, so we know that their thieves are creeping in. They're probably more and more in desperate situations, as we can see, which is happening to everybody. And so, seriously. But cheers, everyone. I'm trying to stay in good spirits. That's why I came on. I know that I've been super busy lately, but I needed some words of encouragement. So this is why I came on, because at least I could count on you guys to at least, maybe even give me a prayer or two. um, have another, have the first hearing was postponed. It's going to come up. They finally posted a date on that, which is next month. I think it's like the 14th or something like that. And they scheduled a couple hours, I think, to the hear the case. As you all know, um, everybody in my family is totally against me because they want to get paid, right? They don't care if I get kicked out on the street. And if my life is ruined by this is my payback for being a good guy and coming back and helping my mom through all this, which I did. Um, and I'm still grateful for that. And I still feel good about that. I mean, I still feel good for what I've done. And so nobody can take that away from me, at least not so far. And so this last pair of people I talked to just were basically paralegals, and they're just telling me how all I got was discouragement from them. It seemed like it's just over and over about how you need legal strategy and blah blah blah. Everything that I already need, I already know. And finally, they came down to it after a couple hours of wasted breath. They said, "Well, we'll need 5,000." I think, oh Oh my God, everything's 150 to 350 an hour. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm just like, hey, all I really need is just a little bit of advice. Can't you just sublet a little advice to me, so I know how to go about this next hearing? No, oh no, we need 5,000 to even try to even, say anything. It's like, so yeah, as we all know, the whole system is just set up to screw the regular person. That I guess they don't really care about anything. I mean, I was starting to think, how's it going, Joey? Good to see you. Um, that they don't care about anything other than, you know, more money, right? Yeah. And so, what's the point in even having a will if anybody can come along and just complain and have it thrown out? What's the point in even trying, right? And so this is why I keep saying, man, don't go through any kind of will or anything. If you got property, right, put it into a trust. Name your beneficiaries now, so that way it just passes right to them the moment you pass, and so that way they don't have to go through this nightmare that I'm going through, because that's all it is a nightmare. When more saying he had to file for food benefits last week, first time ever, really tough. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, gonna have to do the same thing. Um, in just a few months, when my next birthday comes up in January, I'll be the magic age of 60. Yeah, look at that. Do I look 60? Right. But anyway, I'm gonna jump right on top of that and see what kind of benefits I could get myself, because gonna need it. This is gonna be a tough winter. Got a few lines out on a job for the winter. Want to try to grab one that I like, not one that I'm forced to get, but looking like less and less, positive all the time. Uh, Still down here in the basement. I'm still switching over to try to get upstairs. So maybe by next time we do this, I'll be up in the different area in upstairs in my room and stuff. Oh, thank God. There's my bro, Jack. Oh my God. Jack, my
Cheers,
brother.
brother. Cheers, brother.
Yeah. Cheers to you
I
too,
know
man.
sometimes cheers is harder to say than others, but cheers, brother. First,
Oh yeah,
first
it's
beer,
getting hard.
first beer of the night. By the way.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Just got back from running around real quick, and so thought I still got time to pull off a live stream, even though it's quite a bit later than I'm used to doing. But I needed to talk, right? I haven't had
Yeah.
anybody to talk to, and I just wanted to get, a little bit of encouragement, you know, from
Oh
somebody.
yeah. No, man.
And
Hey, I'm always here for you, brother. You know how it is, and I know your life is crazy, and so is mine. And but you know what? That's how my life has always been, and I suspect yours probably has been too. So,
yeah,
there's always a curveball coming. So, and I live my life like that. And I don't believe that I'm drawing it to myself because I am ready and I know that anything can happen. I think that we're smart to be that way, brother. I'm not a dark cloud, and neither are you.
yeah.
So,
I try to stay positive all the time, but
I really
man,
do.
walls are closing in here for me,
Right,
and so
right. Yes, sir.
I'm looking at trying to formulate my exit strategy as well, because it looks like that's might be what's going to have to happen. Um, they're all acting like I'm not doing anything. What do you mean? I'm paying all the bills and keeping this place going all by myself. Not a single word of encouragement from anybody else. But oh, they're doing all this, right? None of them have done jack shit, right?
You would have
It's
known. You would have known if they would have done jack shit.
Yeah, nobody's
Yeah.
even tried to help in any way, shape, or form. All they're doing is making me feel as bad as possible, right?
Yes.
And so I know that they can starve me out, because they could just continue to carry this on in court no matter what. Doesn't matter if I produce the freaking ultra holy grail of documents, they'll just contest it, right?
Of
And
course.
so, yeah, I'm realizing that right now. I even tried to make a deal with them. I said, hey, man, if that's what you want, let's sell it all. Just we can do this without the court, because that's legal to do as well. By the research I've been showing, is that if everybody agrees that you can go ahead and pull out of the probate, right? And so I made him an offer, but I don't think that my sister even extended that offer to anybody else. She just immediately said, "Oh no, no, well, if they find for you, God bless you, right?" But they've already got things stacked into their side, right? And
So
so
what is it? They want total everything?
uh, it's looking more and more like that, right? Um, but they're trying to say, "Oh, you'll still get your share," but I can already see they're gonna try to maneuver me out of that as well,
Well, yeah, of
um,
course.
by charging me. They're saying, "Oh, I know that maybe the state might come at you for market share rent." I know I wouldn't, right? And just therefore telling me that that's what they're gonna do, because
Right.
they've projected all of their crap onto me, everything wrong that they've done onto me, and then they're acting like they're totally innocent in this and that they're going to try to help me in any way. No, they're just going to try to screw me in every way. And
Mm.
so I'm ashamed to even be to have to call them my family, right? I mean, how can you do this to somebody? I would never do this to any of them. Matter of fact, if mom would have left any one of them this house, I would honor that 100% and just say, okay, right on, cool. Uh,
Yeah.
it's just a massive amount of disrespect they're showing towards her more than anything else. But I'm the one going to bear the the full force of the hatred I already am, and just, I mean, if they get their way, then I probably won't end up with hardly anything, right?
Right.
Uh, they'll end up saying, "Oh well, you owe us for this and that and the other," and the thing is too is I'm compiling how much I've already spent on this place, how much work I've already done, how much I've had to spend just to keep this place going with the repairs that it needs because it's an old house, constantly needing something, right? And I've already paid for everything for the last year and a half. I mean, oh, gee, I consider that nothing. That's nothing. No, you're taking advantage. You're living there for free. Fuck free, man. I'm paying through the ass, right? And so I haven't been able to do anything. I haven't been able to get a breath, right? And meanwhile, my sister constantly traveling around on vacation here and there and everywhere, and couldn't make it to the hearing because she was in Indianapolis on vacation. Couldn't freaking talk to me when I gave the deal because she's in Vegas, right? I mean, I just having the greatest time, and all the time saying, "Hey, I don't even need the money from this, right? I'm just doing it for them," right? Lies, 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 and it's just,
That's how people like her get that much money, bro. Is because they're that way. You see, they're always on the take, right?
yep,
That's how people get money.
yep, constantly
That's
screwing
because you're
everybody up.
on you're on the take. You're taking money. So if the person has an abundance of money, that means they can afford the finer things in life. And whenever during a serious recession and they're going to economic collapse here of America and the world, they can go on vacations. Well, they're on the
I
take.
know, right?
Yeah, they would
Uh,
take their brothers. They would take their brother's residence and put you in the street. Yeah, they
yeah,
probably
that's
would.
what they're planning on doing, right? That's the whole thing that they're doing right now. Kick me out on the street, and then pretty much probably just give everything away in here instead of selling it or anything, right?
Well,
And
for the most part, whatever was really truly valuable, of course, they would take for themselves to sell or to keep, whatever, right? But anything else,
yeah, and the sad part is all my mom's personal writings and all that stuff like that. That'll all get shit canned, and I don't want to see that either. Welcome,
well,
Loken. How you doing? Good to see you.
cheers, Loke. Hey, cheers, Joey. Cheers, Win War. I know you guys were in the chat with me earlier, the live chat. But yeah, cheers, Loki.
Yeah, I've been missing the lives and everything too, man. It's been kind of crazy here. Every time I feel like
Hey, no
got
worries,
something going
brother.
on.
Man, hey, look, man, I haven't been doing as many of them anyway. I've been, my life has been super fucking crazy too, bro.
Yeah,
So yeah, hell
I
yeah.
think
But you
we
know
all
what?
have been.
Right, yes, sir. But I gotta let you know something, man.
Yeah,
Um, I, I'll get through it. I will
right on.
get through it. I don't give a damn what Satan throws at me. I'm gonna get through it.
Yeah, I feel the same way too. No matter what, even if I have to vacate and go
Whatever I've got to do in my
furthermore,
life, I will do it.
I still have some good family. My cousins, I just talked to one of them, and she told me, "Hey, worst comes to worst, you can come hang with me till you get going again." And
Right.
so I can count on that too because she's already done that for me. We've already,
Sure.
and I go there whenever I go there. I help her out too because she's, uh, you know, um, a little bit older than I am, and so she can always use physical help, which I'm
Oh, for
always
sure, for
ready to
sure.
do. Yeah, and
Well,
so she knows that I work hard because I'm a
yes,
hard
you're
worker.
hard. I was gonna say you're a hard worker. Yeah.
Yeah, she knows that, and she knows that I won't be screwing around. I'll be right there working. And I if I could get back into what I had going on down there in Southeast, I could be set up again, right? And
Right.
so I got that to fall back on, which is probably going to end up happening.
Right.
Uh,
Well, no,
so
whenever you okay, so what I'm hearing, Reg, and this is we look, let's put a finger on it, right? Let's put markers on it, you know. What I'm hearing is, as a friend of yours, as a guy who, you know, it sounds to me like you've got people in the family that know you well enough to know that, or should, and if they hadn't been paying attention, or they got ulterior motives, but that's neither here nor there. What I'm hearing is, my friend, some of his family think, and I've seen this in families and had this happen. I know what's up. Okay, whenever someone dies and you're there and you're in charge of it. My father died 3 years ago, was it? Okay, so I've just lived through what you went through too.
yeah,
So, and you called me on the day yours happened.
yeah,
Yeah. So I know what you're going through, brother. And all I can tell you is there are going to be people, there could be people in your family that look at it like, yeah, he went back in at the end. Okay. Because, yeah, Ray took care of everything at his dad at the end of his life. I'll use myself and you draw the
yeah,
parallels. Okay.
sure,
Ray knew his dad. His dad, he loved his dad. And through the years, Ray would move away and Ray would go here and Ray would go there. And he always did come back to his dad, though.
yeah,
Okay. Unlike other people, uh, you know.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. All right. So in the end, whenever he did die, and it was on me, and you know what I mean, it was mine. Look, you know, it's my mine. So I dictate everything, and I don't give anyone a chance to say no. There was no will. There was no nothing. I just personally took over every aspect of the situation and made it my own.
yeah,
Yeah. Was no question about it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So, yeah. But I had to do that um, for myself and my family and everybody else so that there would be no fight. There would be nothing. And okay, so what I'm hearing is some people might say that, oh, yeah, but you did that. But, you know, uh, what does that mean? That means that you dictated everything or you got this and you got that. But I ended up giving everybody a little piece of everything, right? You
yeah,
know what I mean? There wasn't
yeah.
much money or nothing like that. It was just stuff mostly, you know?
That's basically here. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I want
My
to see
dad,
that my
well, I was
mom's
gonna
was
say my
calling.
dad didn't have a lot of stuff at the end. He had two bad divorces in 5 years, I think. So he lost everything. You
Right.
know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. He was broken because he put
Yeah.
all his hey, listen, because why? And I can say this now, he's dead 3 years. Why? Because he had issues, right? Those were his issues, and he let women in, and he let money and wealth and stuff get to him, right?
Yeah.
So whenever you lose things like that, then it breaks you. But
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? Or but
Absolutely.
if you don't put all your faith in what you have and all all your rich boy things and all that crap, then whenever you lose it, man, it's like, well, hey, you know what? I had it, but I'm gonna get it again. That's the way I look at things. I really, really do, man. Because I can't take it with me when I die. And my father's death taught me that very much. The things he did have and the memories he had and everything else. Hey, he died, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look, he's gone now. He didn't take anything from here. I
Yeah.
know because I had to move it out of his apartment
Hmm.
and the storage places, and I had to do it all. So I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, he didn't take any of it with him.
Yeah. That's the thing about here too. Everything is still here. It's just I've just filtered the garbage out of it, right? But it's just still
That's an
overwhelming. It
undertaking
takes up.
of in and of itself.
There's no real room. I mean, I barely have enough room down here to,
I can
keep
only
my
imagine,
art
bro.
shop going because I've bagged everything, boxed everything up, and stacked it up in upstairs mostly. And so that's the only reason why I have a little bit of room down here, right? And so
Right.
it's all still here, and it's just it all has to be dealt with before anything can even go forward, right? And so I don't know. It's just going to be prolong the agony. Uh, you can't even. There's no way to sell this house unless you get it all cleared out, and there's a fucking massive, enormous pile, right? I mean,
Well, yeah, man. Think about
yeah.
it. You
And
know what,
so
Reg? You know what, man? If it was me, how many contestants are there estimated? People that are going to contest you being there and all that.
My 4 siblings. That's what
Okay,
it is.
4 of you guys. Okay, so
4 of them. them
okay,
versus
4 of them. 4 of them.
Yeah, and
And there's going to be an
most of them
estimated
have never
amount.
even been here in the last freaking 30 years, right? At least 20 years. None of them have even been here.
Right.
And
Okay.
so they have no idea, you know.
But would you be happy? Would you be happy saying, "All right, guys, like a mediator? If you don't necessarily need a lawyer, you need to call a mediator."
Hey, I tried
And
that. I just tried that recently. I just said
and
I put the
what
offer
they
on.
do? What happened? They wouldn't show up.
No,
I know you.
I just sent to my sister because she's like the ringleader, and I don't think she even told the others that I threw an offer on the table, right? She
Oh,
just
okay.
basically said she took a long roundabout way of just saying nope, right? She'd rather go through the court and everything, and so
Oh,
she
okay.
said, "Hey, if they find for you, good for you, but you know, I think they're going to do this and this and this, right?" In other words, projecting what she's already got planned, you know, which is
Right.
to
Right.
try to screw me as much as possible.
Yeah.
And
She already knows what she's going to do to you.
oh, I mean, she's made that abundantly clear. They all
Yeah.
have, you know, they've all made it abundantly clear because they've
Yeah. I
all
was just
talked.
wondering if there was anybody else, that there
Not as
isn't.
far as and I had one of my brothers was on my side for just a moment, but he switched very quickly. Looks like we got Grace in the house. Welcome. That's Farm Girl. Welcome. Good to see you.
What's up? Good to see you,
Oh,
sis.
yeah, I've been texting with them back and forth and stuff. They've been doing really good down there and having good harvests and stuff. It just, God, it makes me like so happy for them. I'm glad to hear that somebody is having a good time, you know.
Right.
Yeah. And so I know it's not me having a good time, but hey, you know,
Nah,
somebody might
man.
be having a good time out there.
I'm all
Here's
about
what
having a
we got
good
here.
time if you can.
Oh Lordy, what do we got here? Oh my God.
Born into a corrupt
Where did you get
system.
that picture? Oh my God.
That's great, dude, because you did say that in your
Oh
opening.
my, born into a corrupt system, and there's my picture. Oh my God, would you pick the crappiest picture you could possibly get of me? Shadow, you fucker, what's going on? Come
Hello,
on.
how'd you? Hi.
Cheers, bro.
You come through all my live streams and found the crappiest picture possible, right? Just took a screenshot of that shit, didn't you?
Right.
Uh,
He
uh,
did. He did.
Could you get one, you know, a little
He
better?
just no.
That's
Look,
you.
Reg. What it was, he just screenshotted, and that's the one he used. And it could have been anything. You could have maybe had your
I,
mouth open.
I,
Who knows?
Where'd
I
you get
had
it
it
from?
on.
Anyway,
I had it on file, but the name was on spur of the moment.
You had it on
well,
file.
like that. Well, look, that's not too bad.
It's funny, man. It's funny. All right. All right. At least you made me laugh, man. At least you made me laugh.
What a
And we
dick.
got Bull Rider in the house too. We all know him. Yeah,
Cheers,
yeah. Well,
brother.
I was originally gonna call it something else.
yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Ass raped by the world, maybe.
Oh,
That
No,
would have been, you know.
you know that Native American joke.
The what?
That you know the Native American joke.
Oh,
which one?
right. The guy crying.
No, to the
Oh,
Right. Yeah. That worked.
oh, dude. Why do
Yeah.
you what? That's torturous.
Oh no.
Man.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. At least I got a laugh out of it, right? I mean, that's what I
Yeah.
need lately. Haven't
Crazy.
freaking laughed. I was sitting there, I freaking after reading all my mom's poetry and stuff, I freaking decided to write one myself, right? And it's God, it's talk about
Yeah.
depressing, right? The
Oh
Yeah.
my
saddest
God.
fucking poem ever, right? And
w-
yeah,
w-
like that's how I've been feeling, though, you know.
We we also had a death in the family not long ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
Good.
that, man.
It
Sorry.
was it was a second cousin with Down syndrome. She was like 43 or 42.
All right. Well, she
Mhm.
made it a long time then, so
That's
that's good.
straight up Down syndrome. Yeah.
Yeah. And so here we got Joey joining in. Hey, what's up,
Wow,
Joey?
what
How's
up,
it going?
Joey? Cheers, brother.
How you doing? Cheerio.
He's already froze up. All
Uh,
right.
Oh no. Oh wait, there he's coming back. Oh, we had him for a second. It's
We
all right.
did.
He'll be back. But
Oh, he got a puppy.
oh, look at the puppy.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness,
oh my
man.
God, look at that. That's what I need.
Yeah.
I need a nice little pupper dog, right? But I
It looked like
feel
a
like I
pit
should
bull.
get one because I'm so uncertain here. Oh, there's another one.
Oh
Look,
my
oh my goodness,
god!
look at
Look
the
at
size of
that
that doggy.
face.
Is that
Oh
Saint
my
Bernard?
god!
Looks like
what's his
Saint
Wow.
Bernard.
is it? What's his name?
Joey.
That
Oh,
make
the
the dog.
doggies. Right? He looks like he got a bunch
Oh,
of them.
look
How
at
big they are.
him, man.
Wow, look
That's
at that.
up,
Look at
dude.
that.
Oh,
Oh, what
the
a cutie.
oh.
He's tired. He's yawning.
His-
What a
I think
Well,
I
you know, Joey's picking them up out of their little box or whatever,
yeah, for sure,
or
for
off their
sure.
mama. Probably
The
maybe
whole
off their
litter.
mama.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Like I said, I wish I could have a doggy, right? It'd be nice to have
Hell
one
yeah.
right now, but I mean, I'm in such an uncertain situation. I don't know if I should, right?
Oh, no doubt, no
his
doubt.
So
You can
his
wait on it, brother. When you get set up and you get set up wherever you are, and you know you're going to be there, get you a dog, get you a puppy,
Yeah.
brother.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. What kind of dogs
He-
are they, Joey? They look like Saint Bernards or something. What?
Yeah, what kind of
got a
mix is that? Was that a
question
pit
from
bull?
Grace too. What kind they are?
I'll show you the mom.
What?
he'll show you the mom.
Oh,
Okay.
the mom. Okay,
It looked like, I mean, I thought they were pit bulls, but I
He's
can't
supposed to be
tell.
a miniature panther.
possibly pits. Oh wait, what? That's the mama? The little
Wow.
doggy?
She's supposed to be a miniature panther. Yep, sir.
A mini pen, a min pen.
It looks like a little German Shepherd or something.
It's supposed to be.
Who was the dad? See, that matters too.
Right, right. The dad must have been a freaking Saint Bernard or something.
They had big heads, didn't they?
Oh yeah, dude, they look like Saint Bernards to me, man. They're huge. But
What's
yeah,
the
Grace
mom?
is right. We're all born into the corrupt system. Sure, we are. That's for sure.
It was a good line, whoever said that.
That was a shadow with the born into a corrupt system. And we all are.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah,
He's right.
it's hell. But how's it going, Joey? What's up?
Excuse me.
Good.
First one goes down pretty good. I'll nurse the second one.
But looks like he's thinking about that.
Well, you know how his connection is out there.
So I wanted to ask everybody. Oh shit, we lost him. Yeah, his connection comes in and out.
Yeah, it's
I
always
want to
like
ask
that.
everybody how's it going for prices as far as what you consume, right? Like I just was saying earlier, our prices have gone up through the roof here. It's insane. I mean, I just see people walking around the store with this shell-shocked look on their face, right?
Well,
And
how much is
everybody-
a gallon? How much is a gallon of gas? How much is a
See, the
gallon
gas
of
is
gas?
still only about $4.50 right now. Only $4.50, right? I should say that. Right. I mean, it's been hovering at that for a while now. So, but the grocery prices are just insane. Everything's gone up so insanely. I mean, you can't get a steak for less than $20, one steak, right? And you know, burgers at like $10 a pound. You know, everything is just insane. Can't find anything that's even less than, you know, $5, where it used to be like $2, right? Before, like even just a little thing of cream cheese, you know, right?
Right,
It's
dude.
insane. It's insane. And eggs are still $3 a dozen and shit, you know, and that's for the cheapest ones. It's like $8 or $9 a dozen for cage free and stuff like that. Now it's insane.
Dude.
Yeah. Loaf of
Dude.
bread isn't below $3 now.
Wow.
Even the cheapest amount, the high quality stuff is $8 and $9 a loaf.
Oh yeah, right.
No shit, right?
Yeah, dude.
And so that's how bad it is, right? So
Man, dude.
yeah, it's pretty bad. It's going to be a tough one to try
Well,
to make.
Reg, you know that's how they do it. Remember, because we were talking last year. Whenever every time they hit one of those manufacturing plants and all that, the food and the processing, and they were burning and killing all the cows and the pigs and slaughtering them all, and not even and just wasting it and just and blowing them up and the plants and all that shit. And that's how they drive the price up. They make a fake scarcity, you know.
Yeah, gotta destroy the crops because they're infected.
Yeah.
Well, they're all GMO crops anyway. Doing us a fucking favor.
Farm Girl says.
I meant during the event a couple years ago.
Yeah, well, the next
Farm Girl would know far more than me.
She says that her and Bo Wright are going to be grandparents. Woo! All
That was
right.
so good.
Yeah.
Cheers
No,
to
that's
that.
good news, and also mixed emotions on that, man. This is going to be a lot of money to feed them because everything's going up.
God will provide. God will
Yeah,
provide for
but
that
that's still
family.
good news, and we're happy to hear it.
Yes, sir.
Winmore says 325 there in South Bend, so not cheap either.
Yeah, I've seen it for $3 here, 310.
See, that's still a lot less than 450, which has been at where the oil comes from here. But as we all know, I mean, this is one way to get Alaskans started, right? Talk
Yeah,
about freaking gas prices, where the oil's coming from, right?
that's
But
fucking crazy, dude.
yeah, it's ridiculous, and I don't see it getting any better, right? We're coming into winter; it's gonna just go fucking worse and worse, right? Ugh.
Expect it to go up if the Saudis raise their price.
You know what I'd do, Reg, if I was an Alaskan, a native like you? You know what I'd do? I
Yeah.
would, if I could. If it's too late, I know, but if I could, I would get a band of all natives. If I know how hard that would be to do, but and other people who would rally with you and say, look, and I know this has been tried a million times, but it has to be done. You know who's really behind all this shit? I know it's the big oil companies and all that shit, but you know who it really is? It's all the natives that sold out, the ones that would have been the civic leaders and all your this and
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Sold
Yeah,
us all out.
they did, and
How,
they're living in mansions right now, dude.
Just,
And you people,
just that's the same thing that happened here. I mean, the native leaders, right? They're all fucking big fat bastards, right? Because they're living fucking large as hell, and they sold everybody out for a few dollars now, so that way
for 30 pieces of silver, man.
30 pieces of silver is a perfect way to put it, right?
question
So, yeah.
for Red.
Yeah, and they didn't even have the rights to sell us all out anyway to begin with, right? How could they speak for everybody? One corrupt bastard speaks for everyone? No, see, but that's just how they work the system to make you believe in it, right? And so,
Red,
yeah, what's up?
how many Freemasons do you think are Native American?
Right. Well, there was going to be one. I was going to join.
No way.
No, I'm playing. I'm joking around, of course.
No, I know.
I was fishing that Mason dude in, right? I was trying to get some information from him, right? It acted like I was gonna join in, right? Like I'm gonna join those fucks, right?
Nah, man, not a chance.
No, not a chance. But I don't know. I imagine there's a few though. There's probably a couple up here that are. I'm guessing, but
Maybe,
pretty
but
small percentage, right?
well,
Pretty
it's
small
like Black Freemasons. There's
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
Not many.
But
But I bet there's a few out there.
Oh yeah, Shaq is a Black Freemason.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, I'm Native American.
Yeah, there's probably a few, but not many. The ones that especially have already sold out are probably in the club. Grace says it looks like they've been getting groceries for dirt cheap there. She said it's caused by inflation. Prices are marked up, so nobody buys it. In turn, they have to sell at rock bottom just to sell it before.
Well,
it goes
they have
bad.
to get that. Listen, they have to get that shit off the shelves.
Yeah.
So you're
we don't have that up
You're
here.
gonna have that, and then it'll go back up again. Watch. Of course, they live in a place that is a good farming community and stuff like that. So they have options. They have options.
Harvesting bushels and bushels of food right now because they got it made there. Yeah. So I'm glad you're not worried. I'm glad. That's good. You enjoy.
No, that's great. I'm glad you're blessed. And that's why they're having children up there and stuff, Red. You see how they keep some places alive, because after the reset, there's going to have to be those places still.
Well, they're going to need slaves to work, right?
Right.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I've talked about this before. We're all monetary slaves.
We're slaves.
Or not. Yeah.
Even though we can grow our own shit, at some point they can still fuck you over.
I wrote something about that too recently. I've been writing things down as I started writing more and more of these spoof songs, right? Making fun of different songs. I started realizing that it's not too hard to write a song, right? Like I always thought it was. It's just basically you write a poem, right? And so reading more and more of my mom's work and then starting to do these spoof things, I started seeing, okay, let's try a couple, right? And of course, I wrote a couple comedic song type poems to begin with. One about Halloween, right? It's called Halloweeny, right? You don't want to see the Halloweeny, get it? Right? That was funny. And so I
Halloween.
started to write a few more with a little more substance, right? And
Oh,
and one of them was about freedom, right? And I think it's sitting over here. I'm gonna have to dig it out. Maybe I'll share it with you guys. But that Halloweeny one is freaking hilarious, right?
that's good.
And I went up and told a few jokes at this open mic about a week or so, a couple weeks, maybe a week and a half or so ago or something, and talked to some of the guys there. And there's some really good musicians up there, right? And I
Yeah.
was asking him if he had any original stuff that I might be able to use in some of my productions. And he says, well, he's mostly doesn't, he needs lyrics, right? And I had all my comedy notes there along with the comedy songs that I was writing. I was like, here, well, check this one out. And I showed him the one, and he started reading it. He was like, oh my God, this is good. This is good. And so I was like, well, shit, make some music for it, right?
Well, it
And
was
so,
like, when you sent me that script to, that was funny shit, dude.
yeah, it
When
still
you,
is. I got to update a little bit, but it still could be funny.
no, it is, man. There's some great stuff in there, man. I love that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up. I can run up and grab my my pipe so I can, because I forgot it upstairs. You can grab a spare beer, and then maybe I'll dig out a couple of these and look at it. So ask Shadow something. Ask him a question.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, yeah,
God
yeah.
help.
No, hey, look, man. I got a question for Shadow, because you always do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
No.
what's it like being so?
Oh, please. Here's what it is. Here's what it is. All right. How long does it take for you to do a flight from where you live in Australia to Lebanon?
Um, Almost a day.
A day. Like
It,
it's an
it
all day thing, pretty much, at the
like
airport and the airport.
yeah.
Wow,
Why?
man. Well, I was
Are
just
you
saying,
are you thinking of
24.
that?
No, man. I'm not, man, listen, I won't leave the United States of America.
I was
I was,
joking.
yeah, I was born here and I will never leave this place. So I love this. I love America, bro. Do you love Australia or do you love Lebanon? Which one?
What do you, I'm
That's a good
Australian.
question.
So you love Australia more?
I don't really know Lebanon that well.
Right.
Okay,
Just
okay,
yeah,
okay. But
I get that.
your original, your family's, that's their
yeah,
home country of origin is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Okay, okay. I wonder if they love Lebanon more or Australia more.
They'd probably want to come to Australia, if I'm being
So
honest.
okay, so you're saying love for a country is which one you'd rather live in, right? Okay, so my point was with all this is there's a lot of people in my country, and I think there's a lot of people starting to be in Australia too, that love the country that they came from more than they love the country that they're in, and they want to turn the country that they're in into the country that they came from. That's what I'm
Right.
seeing in this country, and it's
Right.
it's 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 splintering the country up into small groups.
Not, n-
I
not
get
for
that.
us, not for us, because we kind of assimilated.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that for you, and I'm not talking about you at all. I'm just saying there's a lot of people that I'm seeing and literally seeing that
Yeah,
they should just still be in their own country because they're acting like they're from the place they came
Right.
from. And there's a
Right.
I,
reason why
Remember back when people used to come here and love this country more than where they came from?
hell yes, I
Yeah, I
remember
remember that too, but now it doesn't seem that way.
I
You
see
know.
that as well. There's a lot of Indians here.
that. Right.
Right. Right. Well, they bring them over here to give them the best jobs over here. People from India, yeah, and
Yeah, the
they do.
Indians are a little different than the other ones that I'm talking about. Yeah.
Right. There's a confusion there too because they call Native Americans Indians too, right? Because
Y-
that's what they named them.
But I know the fucking difference.
Right. Right. We do.
Since I have a little Indian blood in me there, I do know the difference.
I know,
Um,
right? And people say that to me sometimes too. You're Indian, and I'm like, well, I've never been to India, you
Never
know.
been to India.
Right.
Yeah, I say
So,
Indian because I mean, Native
right.
American
I mean,
Indian.
American Indian, yeah.
But
just
that was the
say
mistake that was made. He thought he landed in India, but it
I
was
don't think it
really
was a
not.
mistake at all. They were just
Me
freaking
neither.
naming them what they wanted to. They don't care. I don't care what
Exactly.
you call yourself. I call you this, right?
Right, right,
what
right. I give you the name, and it's the country name forever.
was it was it even called India back then?
I
I know,
don't.
right?
Right, right, right.
So, Farm Girl saying that Bull Ride's going to bed. He's been pulling 12 to 15-hour days. I'm sure.
I'm
Hey, no
sure he
problem.
has. Cheers,
They said,
brother.
we own
The,
between the
the,
businesses they own and getting a house set up for their brother. Yeah,
the,
their brother's getting out of prison here pretty soon, 19 days.
Right.
So yes, I'm
Hey,
oh,
praying for success for him. I hope he's one of
it
the
looks
ones
like a
who,
lot of things are looking up for them, and I'm
yeah,
glad, dude.
I,
oh,
I, I'm praying that he's one of the ones who stays out, and
Right,
doesn't
right,
go back, right? And I
oh,
think so, especially if you've got such a good family as yourself,
right.
right?
He's going to a place, Reg. He's not going back to a place that's
See,
dark and dank. He's
for
going to a
me
place
too, when
that,
I got out, I had help too. My mother was right here to help.
right.
And then they helped me to get back into the native culture where I started doing my artwork again and started doing the native dancing and stuff like that to help get my self-esteem going. And that's what they say most success is when people get realigned with their culture and then they begin to build that self-esteem, right? That's the successful way to get out of that loop, that loop
yeah,
of whatever, right? Whatever you're
Right.
doing, whether you're on heroin or you're on, I was on cocaine, and
Oh yeah, man.
so it helped me get off that and back onto a good uh, path on life, and to help me get my self-esteem back. That's the main thing. You got to get self-esteem back. You got to feel like you're worth something, right? And so for me, it was like getting back to work and getting into this stuff, going out there. When I dance, I had those wings that I put on my arms. People would come up to me after and say, "Man, that was amazing. I just loved it," right? And that really made me feel good. And so this is how you get, out of that vicious cycle, so to speak.
any
And luckily, I had
any other
support.
questions?
What's that?
Any other questions for me?
Yeah, why are you
Yeah.
so stupid? No, I'm playing.
Because I know you.
That's it. I'm rubbing off on you. No,
Right.
I was like, so what happened when you were so slow there a few months back, right? Now you're back on your witty, freaking razor sharp wit type freaking self. What was
Yeah.
going
What
on
was
with you
that
a few
all
months
about?
ago?
Jack
I
on
remember when you
string.
were on the stream, it was just like you sounded like you were on freaking some kind of medication.
He was on fucking Thorazine.
I know, right?
I need a Jack on string.
Oh, so you're back. You're back.
Right.
um, okay, excellent. I got Farm Girl saying it's paying hard for me, Reg. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, and I need it. And this is why I got to continue to come back on so I can continue to get bolstered by you guys, because I don't have
Oh,
anybody else,
right. No, no. We love you, sister. Yeah, we love it. And I'm so, you know what? I'm sitting here. I'm still thinking about that. You guys are gonna have the baby, the
Yeah,
grandbaby. Yeah, that's
that's
so
awesome.
great, man.
hmm They said we can only help so much. The ultimate decisions are up to Him, and that's true, up to the Lord. But we have more faith in God's plan than we do in Him. Excellent. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm starting to remind myself this too. Maybe uh, I'm not supposed to be here. Maybe I'm supposed to move on. Maybe this is how it's supposed to be, right? But I
Right?
can't
Hey,
fight.
Reg, I was gonna tell you something. I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you today. Actually, it was today, and I was thinking to myself. Reg, he's in a dark place because he's still there where his mother what passed, and it's
Yeah,
his mother's place, and he sees that stuff every day. And
you're
okay,
right. It's
now,
hard. It takes
so
a toll.
so maybe, Reg, maybe, and don't just hear me out, all right? Maybe the best thing in the world is to get away from there.
I'm coming. I'm come to that realization too. I'm glad that you said that, because I've pretty much come to that too. Right? It's time. Just move on. But I don't want to just abandon. Right? My mom's
No,
got
no,
a
no,
lot of
no, no.
stuff.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
Got
cut
her
and run,
legacy
brother. I'm
too.
not. I see it out. See it all the way out, and get whatever it is that's coming to you, and let a judge decide, and and then be like, Judge, I have no money. I pour all my money into this home and to keep the lights on so it doesn't cave in on itself. Nobody else would care because but this is where my
Yeah.
mother passed away, and this is her home, and I can't leave it like that, Lord. You know,
Yeah.
Judge, please don't do that.
Yeah. That's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and plead my own case. Obviously, I'm not going to get anybody to help me unless they get 5,000 immediately, right?
Nah, man, 5,000 paper pieces,
Yeah.
man, they
I
can go
got
to
to
hell.
pay for. I've got to save up the money for myself rather than just to give to somebody on an off chance that they might be able to help, which there's no guarantee, right? And so I'm just going to go on with and just plead my case as I should, right? Tell them the facts. That's about it. However they see it, I'm going back to my whatever happens happens attitude, right? And so, and not only that, but yeah, you're right. I've decided that yeah, I can't just sit here and stay here. I mean, I'm not really doing that well here. I'm not thriving at all. I'm just kind of in a freaking. I mean, the worst part is the not knowing, right? The I everything is like up for grabs, right? I have no uh sense of security, let's say, right?
Right,
I feel like almost like any minute now somebody could come along, some court official come along and say, you have to get out, right? That right there is just terrible way to live, right?
Yeah, this
And
is unhealthy, brother. This is
right, it's taking a
yeah.
toll on my health. You remember how freaking well off I was before this happened? I feel like I've aged 10 years and that's no joke,
Right.
right?
And listen, but I want to let you know something. I was thinking of this also because I've been a little depleted myself. You know what I mean? And so I was thinking, um, if I can get away from everything that's brought me to this point, then possibly I can get back to the vitality that I had.
Right.
And yeah, yeah. Okay. So I have to
Exactly.
reverse everything that I've been doing and change every single one because that is what brought me to this. And I can't live like this. And I will not
Right.
be able
This
to, I can't.
depression itself is getting me, right?
Right. Yes,
And
sir.
so I mean, it's difficult to do anything other than worry right now, right?
Yeah,
And so
right.
finally,
This is bad for your heart. Bad for
it
your
is.
heart. It's bad for your heart, brother. And
Mhm.
you got a strong heart. So let's not weaken it. Okay.
I know that I'm not lucky enough to die, right?
Oh no, 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 no. It says in the Bible. It says in the Bible they will pray for death, but death will flee from them.
I know, right?
You better
And so,
believe it. You
see,
better
the cool
believe
part
it.
is I'm finally over it enough to where I moved my stuff up and I'm staying in my mom's whole room now. 'Cause
Right, right.
I'm
That's
forcing
good. That's good.
myself to get used to it, right? So that way I
Right,
don't, right? And I'm
right.
doing that with everything basically here. And so it's been working, it's been working so much, not a shitload, right? But it's working so much. Every once in a while I'll still get this, oh my God, boo-hoo thing, right? But I know that's going to be forever. And so um I'm just training myself to get used to the fact that, you know, it's not going to be the way I want it to be. It's going to be the way it's going to happen by God's plan, right? And so,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
but to more accept instead of try to go, why, right?
Yeah. To look to hey man, let Jesus take the wheel, man.
There you go, 100%. I mean, this is what I need to hear, and this is what I got to do, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
so,
Your mother would have always, this in your heart of hearts, all these truths and all of them, and all the native truths and all the others. And you know what you lived through, not just those things you heard, but how you heard them and knew them all your life and also got to live them, all of them. And so you got to draw in on all those things and you got to go ahead and go forward, man. I swear
yeah,
to you, I know it's true
yeah.
for me too, brother. And that's what
Grace
I've been
agrees too.
doing.
She
Yes.
she agrees too, and so Winmore is saying that his wife passed away in the other bedroom in the house here, and he says it's really tough on the mind without falling into deep depression. Yeah, you're still there
Yeah,
too, and
right.
so
Yeah, see,
mhm,
see,
yeah,
yeah,
and so yeah, I'm feeling the same way. But once again, like I say, I don't want to abandon my mom's legacy. I've got to stuff. See, this was kind of why. If you notice, I put up a video. Um, that was some stuff that I shot a while back, right? I set up the
right,
green
right, yeah,
screen. It shot some stuff a while back, and I finally got to edit it and stuff like that. And I'm doing it kind of in getting ready to because what I want to do is my mom wrote a story about them when they were when she was young, right? Where they were out in the uh, even out further from the village where they lived, and where they did the wasn't really the fish camp. It was like where they go to trapping or whatever. And there's it was in the springtime. She said it was like March, so it was still snowy, but it would melt a little bit during the day and then freeze again as it got colder, right? And they had to literally the wolves were howling around them, and they had to literally just make a run for it to escape these wolves, right? That were going to come and attack them. As a matter of fact, they got attacked by the wolves on the way out. But my grandpa, luckily, is a crack shot and was able to shoot the lead wolves, right, and uh, stave off the attack. Right, as soon as the wolves dropped, the others would stop and gorge on them, right, and so they were able to escape these wolves, right, and so
Wow.
really a cool story, right,
Yeah,
and,
it's
and there's all kinds of other stuff that backs up. My mom has made artwork about it. One of my coolest pieces of memorabilia I have for my mom is this piece of beadwork right here. This is a little box, and it shows the wolves howling and the cabin and the dog sled and everything like that, where they took off and ran, as you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is one of the coolest pieces that I'll keep forever and cherish forever. Uh, but I finally finding the story that she wrote, and I find the rough draft and the final draft and stuff like that. And I read it for time. It's about 15 minutes. But what I want to do with it is I want to turn it into a video, right? Where I take and take some of the still photos and add take some of their faces and use some Photoshop to add their faces to like the dog sled team running and stuff like that. You know, pictures that I know I don't have, but that I could probably make a facsimile thereof, right? To where
Right.
it shows them, you know, kind of tell out their story through photos and on the video, and as I narrate and add
Yeah.
sound effects and stuff. I'm working on that, and that's kind of why I did that last edit, because I'm checking out how the green screens look, and I'm going to be able to
Right.
do some green screen stuff to
Right.
where, and then
And
since
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
yours,
as I listened to the wolf story, then it makes more sense whenever I see that behind you on those live streams, you have a wolf motif banner and
right?
stuff like that.
The one
And some
over
of your,
here that you might be
yeah,
able to see,
yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah,
kind of.
yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense
can't
now.
see it's not lit. But yeah. I've always been. This is why my main design for the T-shirts and stuff like that is a wolf. I didn't even know it either. Why I was so attached to that, but this is part of it. And
Yeah,
so, yeah, definitely both the banners I have over there, are both the shower curtains. One is with the wolf howling, and the other one is that wolf face that we all know. Let me see. I'll turn on the light and see if we can all get a look at it. And you could see them both. I hung them up both because we were playing ping pong the other day, and I didn't want the ping pong balls to go back behind the stove. See, there's the one with the wolf howling,
right,
and then in the moon is a wolf face, right? That one's really super popular with people. And then there's the wolf face one that we've all seen before.
yeah,
Yeah, and so they're both hanging on the wall back there.
that's badass.
Yeah, they look pretty cool, right? I wish I could
Yeah,
zoom in on that for you, but I can't. But
still I can see it. It's
yeah,
badass.
yeah. It's
But I mean,
so
I'm sure there's a lot of detail in that son of a gun.
yeah, I could have done a little more on it, but I was like, it was for a thing that I was pitching to a hotel. Wanted to see if they would take and put up artwork like this, like shower curtains, and then put them for sale to the guests that come up. It was a really good idea, but as it turned out, that the people that were interested in it got moved on, and uh, one of them got fired, right? And so the whole deal went to hell, right? But it would have been a
Mm.
really cool idea, because they were going to have different rooms in the hotel with different motifs, right? There's going to be the wolf room, the bear room, the moose room, that kind of stuff, right? And it
Right.
was all going to be, uh, with stuff like this to decorate it, and all that stuff would be for sale. So that way, if they wanted some memorabilia, they could buy a shower curtain of, that very thing that you saw, and then take that home with them. And so they're all in on the idea. And then next thing you know, somebody else came in, a new general manager came in, and wasn't, you know, at all excited about it. And so that whole deal went to shit. I mean, it was almost done. I was literally going to go in and paint the walls in the rooms, right? And make them look really cool, with wall murals and shit. And all that went out the window. I mean, we were right there ready to close the deal. And then the guy lost the job. And then, the new guy came in and said, nah, we ain't doing that. Right. And so it was like, bummer deal. But
Oh
it
man,
would have made the rooms really cool, right? The wolf
yeah.
suite would have been badass and everything, right?
The wolf suite, dude.
I know, right? I mean, there was going to be a cool mural on the wall and stuff, and everything was going to have the wolf motif on it, like the bed sheets, the pillowcases, the shower curtain, all that, right? It's going to be sick. And so I tried to sell that idea to a few other places, and then I found out that most of these places are all owned by corporations that are offshore, right? And I took that idea to Hawaii even and found out that all the hotels over there are all owned by international companies, right? And so,
Right.
yeah. And I was like, wow, it was really quite a rude and awakening for me, right? I used to think hotels were owned by people locally. Now, no, right? So, oh well. I still
Isn't
kind
that
of have that whole idea on the back burner for like small houses around that are popping up, like bed and breakfasts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was thinking that same thing
Hmm.
myself. I was sitting here thinking that.
Well,
Hmm.
quick question.
For sure.
What was the kids' room called?
The what?
The kids' room.
What do you mean the kids' room?
What was that called?
I'm not sure I understand what you're asking. The kids' room?
Yeah, in the hotel.
Oh, in the hotel. Like, I don't know if they had a kids' room.
A kid's
Uh, uh
motif?
Oh, you mean
yeah,
like a child
yeah,
care place or something?
yeah.
Oh,
I know what I would have
I don't know.
called it.
Maybe the cub room.
yeah,
I,
maybe.
I would have called it.
Yeah, the Cubs room probably would have worked out.
I would have called it the Ben Shapiro room.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
no.
There you go. There's the shadow wit that we're coming from.
Yeah,
The
my
Shapiro
wife. My wife's a doctor.
room. Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Armgirl says, Reg, heck, we have property for you that you could build whatever you want on. Our state's
Oh
separate
man,
politically, and it's not Alaska, but we're still thriving, and you can too. Just give us a shout. Oh, fucking A, hell yeah. That would be
that
awesome.
sound, dude. That hold on, man.
That would be sick.
Hold on, that'd be so sick, man.
Oh, yeah. Because, dude, I have that kind of building type
Yeah, no
spirit too,
doubt.
right? I want to build, I
Yeah,
want to grow. I've been being held back here with all this depression and stuff,
of
but
course,
once we
man.
break out of it,
You could thrive, bro.
yeah. And I've got the artwork thing going on,
Oh
and
yeah,
then not
man.
only
Look,
that, but
man.
the whole
Yeah.
getting the cold water thing. I always thought that could be something, and yeah, that would be awesome. Hell yeah, we got to stay in touch. And then she says, no matter what, everyone has to keep on keeping on. That's true. Remember, I always say
Mhm.
that too. Don't give up on your life just because everything sucks, right?
Oh
Keep
yeah,
keep
man. I
going.
would never think of quitting.
Yeah. Yeah. Neither am I, right? I'm still trying my damnedest to I'm racking my brain on what I can come
Yeah.
up with,
Oh yeah, man.
But she goes
Yeah.
on to say, I still want a pair of authentic real fur mittens or gloves, and I'll trade you a piece of property. Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen to that deal. No, I'm sure I could scare something up for you for sure. That's one thing, and I'm starting to learn too is the sewing, right? My mom did it, and so I'm starting to learn that. I know kind of how to do it, but I want to learn it a little bit more. And I'm pretty sure I could scare something up for you. I always do a lot of trading here and stuff myself, real fur, mittens or gloves. The whole thing is getting the size right. You know what I mean? It's funny because, like, I'll just use my mom as an example. She had very tiny hands, right? And she got a lot of gloves around here that she used to. I mean, it's funny. She's got a billion gloves, but she only used like the one pair over and over again until they were literally falling apart. Right? It's hilarious, right? I remember she would only wear one glove at a time too, right? The one that she would put on the driver's wheel, right? Because it'd always be cold. So she'd always be wearing the one glove that was mainly driving the car, right? And those things were literally falling apart, and the other one would still be in good condition, right? So it was hilarious. And so yeah, there's probably a something around here. If not, then I could probably trade for something because I know a lot of people who do that kind of thing. And my mom would basically just take gloves, and what I like to do is upscaling, right? That's what I do with the bleaching of the shirts and stuff, upscaling, and that's what I've been doing with the vintage clothing that I have myself too, because not everything in this house was my mom's. I've been storing my shit here since '93, and so I have a giant portion of shit too, and that's why I'm trying to liquidate and get rid of, so that way I don't have too much shit to put in my truck when I finally do leave here, right? And
Mm.
so I'm liquidating my stuff, uh, pretty much nothing but my stuff. I mean, and so and I'm kind of piling up all of my mom's stuff and trying to get it to an area. And not only that, but no matter even what happens in the whole probate, all this stuff has to go out the door anyway. And I don't want to see it just donated. I think with a little bit of work, I can upscale it and sell it and bring in some money, right?
Right.
Uh, if not, yeah, just for the estate, but to help, cover my costs that I've been doing as well here. And so I'm looking at that, but once again, I'm not trying to do anything like that. I'm not even hardly. I feel paranoid to even throw anything away, right? Because I know that they're going to be like, "Oh, well, he did this and he did that." It's like, no, it's all still here in the gigantic pile, right? You want to see it?
Right.
It's right there. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that during the hearing. I'm going to say, "Oh, you want to see the giant pile of stuff? Send a court representative. Let's go over there right now, and I'll show you the fucking enormous pile of shit that has to be dealt with, right?"
Oh yeah,
So,
man.
as a matter of fact, that's exactly what I'm going to say, right? You guys want to see what I'm dealing with? Send somebody over. Let's go look at it right now, right?
Heck yeah, dude.
And yeah, the weird part
No,
too
hey,
is like,
the proof is in the pudding, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I remember when my sister came down to help look for the will type thing, and they only looked at my mom's room and then left. I was saying right when they were leaving, right? She was leaving. I was like, "Here, well, don't you want to take mom's beads and stuff?" And she was like, "Oh no, no, I got all too much of my own and blah 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 and no, 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 right?" And I was shocked. I was like, "Wow, I thought you wanted all this shit, right?" And no, 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 no. She says, I mean, which I found really weird, right? What the fuck, that was the strangest thing. But in retrospect, I could see that they were just trying to bail out because later she accused me of destroying a will, and so that's probably projection right there. I can't say that she did possibly,
Ah.
but
Ah.
maybe did, right? And so, and then later on, I called her up and I said, "Hey, there's somebody here who was, it was like, can't remember if it was somebody I was working with or somebody that knew my mom, but they were saying, hey, uh, if you got too much of beads to deal with, I could take some, right?" And so I hit my
Right.
sister up and I said, "Hey, so and so would mind some of these beads." She goes, "Oh no, those are mine. I want those. They're special." I'm like, 180-degree turn, right? And I'm like, okay, well then I'll pile them all up, and they're still piled up in a giant pile up there, you know. And I'm gonna be curious to see how that goes. Is she actually gonna take it, or is she just gonna dump it, right? And
Right.
so either way, it's still here and it's still waiting, right? In a giant pile. I mean, my mom was so disorganized, right?
Right.
And so everything, I mean, even the piles she made is like, if you touch one thing, come crashing down, right? She didn't know how to organize, right?
Right.
So now that I've been bagging and stacking it properly, I've getting more room, right? And I have a little bit of room here because I've been able to organize it in the proper way. And so even still, it looks like hell, right? Giant piles of this and that, right? But every day I chip away at it a little bit more. I mean, there's every day I work at least 1 or 2 hours on the pile, and some days it's even a full day I'm working on it, right? And
Yeah.
then there's always shit to do, like getting ready for winter. Luckily, I'm pretty much ready. I was down there behind the deck or under the deck today, finishing off some of the last shit that I had to do to be ready for snow because I know it's right around the corner. We've already had our first snow, but it melted, thankfully. And so I've got pretty much everything good to go for snow, but there's always something you'll forget, And you have
Oh
to go out
man.
and dig in the snow for it. You're like, God damn
Oh
it.
man.
And so, even still, I'm like, whatever. Now this is really good being able to talk with you guys because I'm getting more of that to hell with it attitude. Whatever happens, happens. This is God's plan. Let's do it. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I won't give up 100% either, right? I'm still gonna, you know, fight for my own rights and
Oh
clear.
no, man. Yeah. And
So,
think about it. You're up there making sure that the roof doesn't cave in on the house
yeah,
and you hurt yourself. And these things should be known.
yeah. I gotta. I mean, if all their lies could be broadcast throughout the court, why can't my truth also be broadcast, right?
Yeah. Oh
And,
yeah.
and I get conflicting advice on all this. They're all saying, "Oh, do you want to try to turn this into a pissing contest?" And no, of course not. But I want the truth to be known, right? The truth just can't get swept under the rug and all their lies stand. So, yes, I guess if you want to call it a pissing contest, I don't consider it that. I just consider it telling the truth.
See, I wouldn't say, if it was me personally, I wouldn't say anything to the judge or whatever you do, probate or whatever it is. Whatever happens, I would only ever say, look, I would go in saying, I'm going to say my piece. Here's what it is. And say all the positive things that you truly did do while you were there. Don't go crazy trying to be like, but just be like, and I did this and I did this and I had to do this and don't say anything about anyone else, and because it'll just pile up. And
Right.
then I would say, and I would like to ask
Right.
any
Well,
one of these.
the judge told me that too. He said, we're not worried about any attacks on any characters at all or anything like that. All we're worried about is the validity of this will. Right.
Okay.
And so he even called it that. Right. And so right when they took it in, they took it seriously. Like other people are telling me, hey, it's only handwritten, so there's your problem, right? No, the court took it seriously enough to take these documents in. Then they took that serious, right? They didn't just, if they didn't take it seriously, they'd say, these notes don't mean anything. Sorry, bye, right? No, they took them in, right? And so because a holographic will does stand here. But see, this is one I want to get you guys' opinion on this too. This is one of the things that this last a-hole that wasted my time was saying. He was saying that, okay, the courts usually go with the majority of people, right? So if there's 4 of them against you, they're gonna go with them, kind of saying almost like automatically, right? This is very discouraging. Yeah, right. I'm also shaking my head too, but I have to listen to this a-hole, right?
Right.
And then later he says, "Oh, and if you've been staying there for a while, the court's gonna look at it like you were influencing the person and you had them
No.
under your." Right.
It was
I'm sitting there thinking at the same time, going, "Man, this dude is insane, right? What's wrong
this
with
is
this kid?"
crazy, bro.
Right. I mean, I mean,
Who
how
told
can
you
this guy
that?
sit there and tell me all these discouraging things and
Hold
say,
on,
"Oh, but don't
but
worry, we
Reg,
can help for 5,000." Right?
Okay, so there you go. There's your answer. Why?
Right. He was trying to
I
discourage me
think
enough
that
to where
you
I
stand a better
hesitated.
chance. I think you personally stand a better chance being who you are and how you can speak to people and everything. You and how you can read people. I
See, it's
think
so
you
funny because I can speak better than anybody else that I've talked to so far. Attorneys
right.
plus, right? Most of them are just stammering old idiots, right? Especially these last few I was talking to, he could barely even talk without coughing out a lung, right? And they're not articulate at all, nothing like that. I mean, I could literally speak better than any one of them that I've talked to,
For
right?
sure.
But then as soon as I start to say, yeah, shit, something like that, everybody always says, "Oh, don't even try to represent yourself. You're just gonna get fucked in the ass," right? And it's like,
They've been
God,
watching too
I'm
much.
doing a way
They've been
better job
watching.
than anybody else I've talked to.
They've been watching it too much Perry Mason and shit,
Right.
dude.
Too many TV fucking shows, right?
Yeah, too much Law and Order or whatever the fuck it was called.
Well, basically what I'm gonna do is just I mean, this is what a hearing is for, right? Hearing, right? To hear
To
the
hear,
people, right? Right.
right?
It's not for me to just sit there and be quiet. No, they're supposed to hear the fucking
They
plead,
under the law
plead their case.
they
That's
have to hear it. They have to
that's
hear
how
it.
it says. It's a very actual court term, right? Plead your case, right? Plead.
Right.
It means you're talking, and so basically all I'm going to do is go in there with my everything that I say with the backup for it, and wait for them to call on me. I'm not going to interrupt. I'm going to wait for them to finally, look my way and say, "Okay, your turn to talk," right? And then I'm going to say, well, if it pleases the court, this, and this, right? And just tell out what I've got, and throw it to the Lord. you know, and whatever happens, happens. And so this
Well,
be the
one of
best
the
I
best.
can do.
Well, one time I was in the court I was in the courthouse, and this guy had to plead his own. He didn't want a lawyer. He didn't want a public pretender, right?
Yeah.
And I was just in there, and I was picking up a guy from. I had to take him to court. Anyway, it was a long story. I was young, but this guy in the court, he said, "Sir, I'm just going to say this for myself, you know." And he let out his case. He said, "Listen," and he just gave facts. And he said, "And you can." He said, "Since I don't have an attorney, I can't show you these facts that I'm saying right now. But since and this is what he said that was so spectacular. And he won, by the way. He said, "Look, you guys made me put my hand on a Bible, and I'm telling you right now under God that I'm telling you the truth. And then if I'm gonna take an oath before all of you people that I'm gonna tell the truth on this Bible, then I'm gonna tell you right now that I'm telling you the truth." And then he laid out his case, and dude, it worked. Now I know that was Arkansas at Bible Belt, you know what I mean? So of course
Hey,
it's
I
going
have
to
very similar strategy in mind. I was going to say, hey, if I'm telling the truth, I will take a lie detector test at this exact moment to
sir.
prove that I'm telling the truth, and see how many of these others will volunteer to that.
Yes, sir. I swear, man, that's probably the best way to do it, man.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll say, hey, I'm putting my hand on the Bible right now. I'm telling you the truth, and I will prove it by taking a lie. I volunteer to take a lie detector test at this very moment. And then I
Right.
also have others in my family that will testify for me. Not for me, but for my mother, right? For what she told them, what she wanted, because she also told them that yes, she was going to leave her house to me, right?
Of course.
And so,
Reg,
right.
listen, the proof is in the pudding. You were there when she died. She felt safe enough at the end of her life to be around who? You.
Right. Yeah, that's true. She wouldn't allow a couple of my brothers even on this property because of what scumbags they were, right?
Right.
Listen to Farm Girl. She's awesome. We got 5 acres behind my brother's house that we set up. Extremely small town, plenty of job opportunities. She says how you could help work our farm in place of that property. We could all prosper. I'm brainstorming. Don't mind me. We got to stick together and think more about community living. 100%. This is why
It's
we
so
do
true.
this.
I build my community here, Farm Girl. Just to let you know, I'm a builder of this place too. So I know exactly what you're doing, sister. Although you're that sounds really good to me, by the way.
Wow. She says they got 5 to 6 bushels of tomatoes bursting every week. Wow. That's
I could
amazing.
live on those.
Oh man,
I
I
know
would
how to
love
do
that.
the
I would
yeah,
be
I could
making up spaghetti sauce and all that, right?
you know what I would do with all those tomatoes. We could live
Oh
forever
my
on
God.
that shit.
Hell yeah.
Oh
She says,
yeah.
don't waste your money on an attorney. They don't do
Yeah,
shit.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
on
She's
your own. We've been helping 2 men in custody battles over a year now, and that they have hired numerous attorneys that don't do shit, right?
right.
Uh, they've gotten farther without attorneys for free. And I agree with that. I remember one of the times that they railroaded me when I was a youngster in the court. We hired this attorney for a bunch of money. He didn't even listen to us, right? He didn't even listen to anything I had to say. All he said was sit back there and play pocket pool. I'm not even kidding you. He literally had his hands in his pants, right? And he ended up selling me out down the river for like a little plea bargain to where they convicted me on something that never should even went to there. But they did a plea bargain to where I got this conviction, but no jail time or whatever kind of stupidity, right? And I was sitting there the whole time. I was telling my dad. My dad set up the attorney and shit like that. I was like telling him, dude, we don't even need to go to court. This isn't even illegal. What I did wasn't even illegal, right? I talked to the freaking fishing game and they told me no, you didn't do anything illegal, right? And they were just railroad me. It was one fishing game cop that was trying to make his fucking brownie points, right? And he was the one who wrote me up and signed the. They it was about we were testing out a shrimp trawl and uh we weren't even going to sell the product, right? We were fully legal to go out and test this trawl. We weren't fishing or anything. All we were doing was keeping the shrimp for ourselves. The dude fucking went and sold the shrimp and signed the fish ticket himself. He sold the shrimp, not me, right? And then he tried to claim that I was the one that I was going to do that. I said, no way. There was no way in hell I was going to do it. All we were doing was testing our trawl. We only made one stupid drag, right? And they totally railroaded me. And even the attorney that my dad spent thousands on just fucking bowed right down and let him fucking railroad me, right? And I was just like, man, this is bullshit. The whole system's bullshit. I realized that back then, right? And it was too. It was completely fucking stupid, fucking nightmare bullshit, right? So Grace says, sorry if I'm talking too much. I talk talk to young teenagers all day. It's nice to have an adult conversation with. No worries, man. We love it.
We love that shit.
Yeah, you can come in all you want. Says I'm going to text you some pictures later, Reg. That's awesome. That lifts my spirits whenever I get to see stuff like that.
Yeah,
Right?
sister. She's a real sister, Reg. She's a real
Absolutely, 100%, 100% agreed. And so this is like, I mean, even when I got home late today, I was like, man, should I still do this? And I was like, fuck, I have to do it.
I knew. Hey, Reg, I've been waiting all day for this.
I've needed this encouragement. I needed to talk to you guys and need to see your faces, right?
Right.
And so even if one of them is my face,
yeah, you're looking at a mirror over here.
I'm
and I'm glad. I'm really glad that our brother from Arkansas, Alaska, and Australia, baby, it's the trifecta.
I know, right?
Even Joey popped in on us.
Hell yeah.
And he lifted our spirits. Joey's listen, Joey's a good man. I love Joey. And I'm gonna tell you why. He was on here long enough. His connection was long enough that he got to show us puppies, brother.
Yeah, puppies. Oh my God. Puppies, I know. That was awesome.
Who doesn't love? How can you look at a puppy and not be uplifted?
100%. Puppies just bring you up, man.
You're Chinese.
Well, yeah, right. No, but you'd be
later on. It's
anyway.
Gonna be dinner.
Yeah, that's gonna be dinner right there. So don't worry about it.
That's hilarious. Shadow's back in top form. But yeah,
Shadow's a respectful guy. He came on. He let us hash it out, and then just go to him to break it up. He knows.
See, that's one of the things
game.
about the whole my mom's story too. See, get this now. My dad or my grandpa kept dogs for the dog team, right? Because that was part of life and death. That was how they traveled back then, right? And she said that none of the kids were even allowed to pet the dogs because they had to be one master only, right?
Right.
They had to listen to him without falter, because if they didn't, then it would be life and death. And like she said, if one of those dogs would have fell or anything,
it's over.
Would have been eaten by wolves, right?
It's over. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, it would have been. It was life and death, and that's what she said. She understood it then, right? Because she couldn't understand why she would say, "Don't pet the dogs or anything," right? That's strictly they got to have one master, right? And they got to listen to me without even hesitation. And she understood it after that when they ran for their lives, right? Because if one dog would have went down, they all would have went down. And so I remember the story too. She was saying that my grandpa, she calls him dad, right? Dad was talking to mom, and her mom was worried, but her dad had the fucking commanding voice, right? He had that confidence in his voice. And so that's what the dogs hear too, right? If you have any fucking kind of cowardice or anything in your
weakness. Listen, man. Listen, I have dogs, and and believe me, brother, they listen to their daddy. Holy shit! I don't have to strike my dogs or beat my dogs. I would never think of hurting one of my animals.
Even if they hear a scolding tone from you, it's like being beaten. It's worse than being beaten.
I hate my dogs. Whenever they were young, if I spoke to them in a stern voice, they would piss themselves.
Right. I remember I understood that not so much, but I remember one time we were out. It was when we first started fishing when I was a little kid, and we brought a bunch of groceries to one of the they called them the old salts that would live out in a cabin by themselves out somewhere, out of town. So we got to drop by and give this old salt some stuff, some supplies. And so we stopped there, and there's this old guy, right, out there living on land. These old guys, man, you got to respect them, right?
Oh, dude. They're gangsters of all gangsters.
And he had a couple dogs, but one in particular, right? And when we got there, we were bringing the groceries. We got in our skiff and we were bringing them up. His dog was just sitting there whining like it was being beaten, right? Right? And it was obviously nobody's touching the dog. It was just sitting there whining away. And finally, I couldn't help it. I said, "Man, what's the matter with the dog?" And the old guy goes, "Oh, she knows I'm mad at her, and she, can't get over it."
Right.
Even though I told her it's okay, she's still feeling guilty or whatever, right? And the dog was just literally sitting there, like, like it was.
Wow, that's how he had a way with his dog.
Never got beaten in its life, right?
Never, of course not, brother.
But it was
so funny.
His feelings were hurt so bad knowing that the master was not happy, right? That it was just it's worse than getting beaten, right?
Oh no, that's what I learned with dogs so early. You know, I learned that with the way I can talk to them, that my voice is all that's necessary.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing with them. They're so loyal, right? And this is what I
Mm,
love about dogs. They're so
mm.
loyal. I mean,
That's
if you
why I
die, they're
love a
going to sit
dog.
there and starve right next to you, right? They won't, and a cat will eat your body, right?
That is the damn truth.
It is. It is. They say that the cat will start to consume your body within just a few hours of death, right?
But I want to let you know something about cats. I want to let you know something about cats. We also we have 3 dogs and we have 3 cats. But the thing is, now here's why we have 3 cats. Cats, believe it or not,
They have a different. There's
they can
spiritual.
vibrate on different levels than they
Yeah,
can see in 4D, where we can only see in 3D.
and
You
the
see,
purr of a cat is like a healing
and that will heal your body. And when
yeah.
that will heal
They
your
have
body.
different jobs. They both have
Yes, they
different
do.
jobs, but
They
they're
can
both
point out,
essential.
yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Cats are necessary also,
They're the
and so are dogs.
the spiritual guardians, right? Remember, that's what
Right. Yes,
the
sir.
Egyptians
Yes, sir.
said too. They can see the spirit, the malevolent spirit, and protect you against it. And
Yeah,
the dog is the physical protector, right?
that's right. Yes,
Right.
sir.
So that's how that works. Farm Girl Grace says, "I literally feel like your sister. Oh, thank you so much. I wish I
Yes.
had a sister like you. Oh my God.
Yeah.
If only,
That would be a
only.
life changer, brother.
Oh God. I often
But hey,
think
listen,
if
hey,
only I had one other sibling that was with me, right? If I only
okay,
had
but
just
only
one other,
listen, only
I would be a
legally,
different person.
because you can go right now and be with Farm Girl and those people and be a sister to or brother to her right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, that'd probably be much better than what's going on with me
Yeah.
right here now.
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, I know it would be. Right? I mean, just the
A
thought of it
100%.
makes me
But the only
encouraged,
thing
right?
is, yeah, she's just planting seeds. She's the seed planter. But what
Yeah,
that's whenever I realized I put them together. I was like, she plants seeds and she's planting seeds for Reg.
planting seeds
Okay,
right now, man. It's making me feel
she's a
better. It's giving me
you
courage.
know she knew that it would be instant because we're not slow people, man.
No, I feel that. I mean, feel like fucking crying when I see this, right? But I
Yeah,
got to be
that's a true
strong, man.
sister.
I got to freaking be strong now too, right? I got to stop mourning. I mean, I hear my
No,
mom's voice too saying, "Stop," stop. And
Reg,
so,
I got it. Okay, okay. Thank you for saying that because every time I speak, I hear my father's voice because this is the exact same voice he had.
yeah,
So do you know how hard it is for me to do all the things that I learned from him as a job and say all the things I learned from him. He was my father, and then to live it out every minute that I ever speak. That's why I hardly ever speak except on these live streams or you know what I mean? I'm a very stoic
no,
motherfucker, Reg.
your dad sounds like he was cool.
Oh no,
You
he
know,
was super badass, dude.
yeah. See, my old man. Okay, this is just him in a nutshell. Even though we've talked about this before. Um, Remember, I told you when he asked me, "What do you want? What do you want to do in life? Right? What do you want to be when you grow up?" Kind of thing, right?
Right,
And I finally had courage enough to tell him that I actually wanted to be a writer, filmmaker, or actor, right?
right, right.
But I basically said writer first, right? I want to be a writer, write and make film and be an actor.
Yeah,
He says,
sure.
"Writer? You're no writer. You're a fisherman," he said. And
Okay.
can you believe that, right? In other words, don't do what you want to do what I want you to do, right? You're no writer, you're a fisherman, right? Who the hell says that to their kid? I mean, it
All
just
right. So, all right.
discouraged me immediately.
That is one way to father. Here, you want to know
Yeah,
what?
right. The bad way.
Okay, we'll take that one. And then my dad told me whenever I was a kid, he said, "Listen, man," he goes, "You've worked a little bit with me now. I was like 18, and I was just about ready to go to school if I wanted to, college or whatever. All right." And he said, "Listen, son," he goes, what would you rather do?" He goes, "Would you rather go to college and do X, Y, Z, and this or that, or would you rather just stay in with me and it would be like a trade school?" He goes, "You've already seen school, what you've come to this far, because I
Yeah.
went to good schools." And then he said, "But you've also worked with me for years now, and you know what I have to offer you. Which one would you rather do? What would you want to do? Or do you want to do both?"
Take the
You know,
trade.
yeah, he's like, "What do you see?" My dad gave me the options.
Yeah. We didn't get
Yeah.
any option from my dad, right? He was like he had already enslaved us from children and put us right on the back deck of his boat and made us fish, right? That's a sadly for a lot of youngsters here in Alaska, right? They literally, I mean, what we can't if we run away from home, right? The cops will just pick us up, right? You can't run away, but they can force you to work for them
So
because that's your
you
life,
felt
right?
trapped. You felt trapped.
Well, what else could we do, right? I mean,
Right.
he said, "Okay, we're going down to fish now, and as soon as we get out of school in summer, everybody else gets to go on vacation and go to Disneyland and fucking all that shit, right? And
Right.
we have to wake up at 3 in the morning, not a good fucking life for an 11, 12-year-old kid, right? Wake up at 3 in the
Wow.
fucking morning,
Fuck
out
yeah,
on the
dude.
fucking freezing back death, whether it's raining or fucking snowing or
Wow,
whatever, right?
dude. That's some
And have to
man,
set
that's
here and work, right?
hell
That's what
yeah.
we had to do. And what
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? You're stuck on a boat. Were you gonna jump overboard and drown? Yeah, we were stuck. I know it's hilarious, isn't it? That was
But
our
no,
option.
the
Jump
way you're
overboard,
putting it.
right?
Reg, listen, I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at the badass joke.
I know, right? I know. It
Now,
was
how you
our lives
deliver
were a
it, how
bad joke.
you're a comedian, brother. So how you deliver it is fucking great.
I know.
I
Yeah,
love that.
our option was jump overboard, right?
Right.
And
That's
either
sick
work
ass
or
shit.
jump over, right? And there's sharks in them waters. You probably won't get to drown. They're gonna chew you up,
Hey,
right?
Reg, you know what my favorite story, and I've heard a bunch. We've done a lot of live streams, and I've heard a lot of the stories from Alaska. But do you know what my favorite one is, bro?
Yeah.
The one where you and your brothers were on shore, and your dad was on the boat, and then there was
The bears.
bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that fucking story, bro.
Yeah, that shit. I remember that shit like yesterday because I was fucking sure as shit scared.
Oh yeah,
I
dude,
was.
that's a
I was
badass
hyper
story.
attuned, but as soon as I saw those first bears, the first bear come out, like I said, remember I was looking over. Kind of hard to describe. Like we're on the bank on the side of the river. Well, it was mostly just a creek, but kind of it's pretty big. And okay, Shadow, we lost Shadow. Thanks for joining, brother. Big love.
Thank you. Cheers, brother.
But I could only see the mouth of the creek, and then the woods come right down as far as they can, right? Thick fucking woods as far as they can, where the tide water meets, that's where it ends, right? And so the tides are really big here in Alaska, right? And so the tide water at the mouth of a creek is really trippy, right? When you get high tide, of course you can go right up to it, but when it's low tide, it's way the fuck down there, and there's a little skinny spot where the creek goes through the mud, right? Completely different scenario when it's high water and low water.
Mm.
And so we were probably just before high water, tide was coming in, and so we were able to pull the skiff up onto the beach a little ways, and we're supposed to deflate it. It was a Zodiac, right? And those things, they can float even if they're deflated, right? And so we had to let the air pressure down enough to where we could put the floorboards in, so that way we could use the outboard on the skiff, right? That was our job, what we were going to the beach for. We could have done this on the back deck of the boat. It would have been a bitch, but so much easier if you got an open space like the beach, right? And so we were all wanting to do something anyway. And so the old man was like, all right, fine, drop the skiff, take it to the beach and put the floorboards in. And so we are like, okay, that's what we were doing. And so we paddled into the beach with the skiff, and then we started letting out the air, and we had the floorboards to put in, right? And they had let the air out, and we were putting the floorboards in because I was the youngest, and so they just said, you just be on bear watch, right? These are my older brothers being douchebags, right? And they're like, just you here, just stand there and bear watch, right? Like I'm just gonna do nothing, right? And so I was like, fine. And I was just sitting there. I had my eyes trained on the mouth of the creek because I knew that if there was anybody that's going to show up, they were going to be in that area, right? And so I was sitting there watching the mouth of the creek, and they had already had the skiff aired out, and then they were putting the floorboards were going in when I saw the first bear, right? And the first bear came scrambling up out of the woods, right? And so on this side of the bank, the trees are right here, and on that side of the bank, they're down further. So I have a little bit of window that I can see of the mouth of the creek, right? And so this bear came popping up out of this. You could see a little, how they all have game trails. right? The trails that they wear over and over. And so you can see, I mean, at first, if you weren't looking directly at it, you couldn't see that there was a little hole for a trail coming out at the spot where the bear came out, right? If you weren't knew about it or seen it prior, you would have a hard time picking it out, right?
Sure.
Because it was just a little bit different looking than the rest of it.
For
And so
sure.
when I saw that first bear pop up out of it, right? All of a sudden I noticed immediately, oh shit, I could see the hole then, right? And it came popping up and it immediately looked upstream and then just fucking sprinted on upstream and was out of sight because of the other side bank of woods, you know, was in front of where it went. So, you know, it went out of view immediately, right? And there was only say about in my eyesight from where I was watching it, there was only so many inches of space before you couldn't see that side of the bank, right? And so in reality, from where the bear came out to where we lost sight of it, it was probably, I don't know, 20, maybe 15 yards at most, right? Probably more like 10 yards, right? So just a short space, right? That you could see that side of the bank. And so the first one popped out and boom, it ran upstream. And as soon as I said bear, because I said bear, as soon as I saw it, it fucking ran upstream out of view. And by the time they looked over, it was gone, right? They couldn't see it. And I said, no, he just ran upstream out of view. And they're like, you know, this is a fucking bad part about my brothers. They never listen to anything I say, right? They're like, whatever, fucking stupid, fucking right. And they're sitting there fucking around with the boards and shit. And I'm
how old were you at this point?
I'm like 11, I think. I think I was about 11 or 12 years old, right?
Okay.
And
yeah.
they were a little bit older, right?
Right.
And so I just sat there and stared directly at that fucking spot where the bear came out, right? Because I wasn't, if there was going to be another one,
you knew he'd come from there.
I was going to scream it out immediately and say,
when I go hunting, I always look for the trails, bro. I always look for the trails because that's where they're gonna come.
Yeah, exactly. They follow their trails.
They follow their trail, bro.
They don't go blazing through the woods unless, of course,
hell no.
You know, like they're after something in particular. No, they stay on their trails. You know, they're creatures of habit.
That's right.
And so after that, I was watching for the any other bear to maybe possibly come out, and I was like saying, "Hey, we got to get the skiff to the beat. Here, we got to get back in the water right now. We got to get." And they're like, "The floorboards in it." I'm like, "Fuck the floorboards. Let's get the fucking skiff back in, right?" And I was still watching the spot, and all of a sudden, boom! Second bear comes popping up out of there. Same thing. Looks fucking down or looks upstream because they got bad eyesight, right? But
right.
Okay, hearing, right? And so he was just following the first one that ran off, right? He looked upstream and boom, he goes running up too. And I said, "Bear, look now!" And by the time they looked, that first bear was out of view. And fucking thank God, a third bear pops up so that they saw it, right? And that third bear popped up and ran upstream. I go, "That's the third one." I said, "We got to get the fuck out of here," right? And I just started on my own. I started dragging the skiff towards the water. And it's real heavy. Those Zodiacs are real heavy.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I was still able to drag it a little bit. I started dragging it, right? I said, "We got to go now. They're coming back," right? And finally, when they saw that third bear, they fucking, and it's a brownie, right? Too. It's a grizzly.
Yeah,
right?
brother.
And so immediately, fucking everything changes. You could see immediately they all just fucking go white. And all of a sudden, and I said, they said the floorboards. I said, "Fuck the floorboards. It'll float," right? Because I mean, those dumbasses, what are you going to fucking sit there and die because you want to jam a stupid floorboard in, you retards?
No way.
So luckily they all fucking saw you know, what was going on and grabbed the skiff too. And down we went and brought it down and immediately got it in the water and fucking started getting away from the beach. And by then the fucking bears came running around the corner and down onto the beach, right? And fucking, they're all shitting their pants. But I had already looked over at the boat as we were going out there because I was going to yell at Dad, and I looked over there, and he was already up on the bow with this fucking rifle out, right? And I was like, well, crack shots on the bow, fucking good luck there, right?
Dude, are you kidding?
Right?
He had you covered the whole time.
They're starting to freak out, and they started to like yell, "Dad, Dad!" And I'm like, he's on the bow with the 300. Fucking calm down.
300 Win. Was it a Weatherby or a Win Mag?
300 Winchester Mag, right?
Yes, sir.
So, dude, the dude could hit anything with that fucking thing, right? I've seen him make shots that unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
As soon as I saw him up there fucking with the fucking 300 out, I was like, we're fine. Okay. I knew right then he was going to drill some bears, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
so, yeah. And so I was like, I calmed down because I was paddling myself and I just sat back and I was like, okay, and they're like, fucking, Dad. And I was like, don't worry. He's on the bow. He's got the 300 out. And they see that and they're like, I go, don't stop paddling. And so they keep paddling, right? And in a panic situation, they'll always listen to me. But in any other situation, never, right? But they know that in the panic situation, right, they usually fucking direct their attention to what I'm saying. And that's happened throughout our lives, right? But they'll go right back to being pricks after the danger is out of fucking, out of view. But it is a killer story, and I still remember it like fucking it happened yesterday.
Well, I love that story. You know why I love that story?
It was scary, bro.
No, look, it's a great story. Everything is right. It's perfect. And I can see it in my head. I really can, because you're a good storyteller. But my favorite part is that your dad had you covered, and he did have you covered the whole fucking time.
Yeah,
He wasn't gonna let him.
He was watching too, and he told us he told me, us later. He said, I saw the first bear too, right? And they could hear us. I mean, fucking, we're only on the beach, right? They could hear what we were saying.
How far away was the boat?
Boat wasn't that far out. It was just anchored out, maybe, I don't know. It was, I mean, within eyesight, right? It wasn't that far away. It was, I don't know. Fuck, I'm so terrible with distances, right? But I would say it couldn't have been more than a quarter mile away or so, right? We were just in a little bay. And it was, get this though, too. It was before salmon run season, right? So these are hungry ass fucking
hungry bears, dude.
Right?
Hungry bears.
They were scrappy looking, right? They
Hell
were,
yeah.
And so they hadn't been able to gorge on salmon yet. They weren't big, fat, gorged
out
bears,
you saw how many bears? 3 bears?
3. Yeah.
Okay.
And the 3 of them came down too, running after us. One of them even got in the water, like it was going to swim.
I got to be honest with you. Your brothers must be real assholes.
Yeah.
Because listen, brother, if my 11-year-old brother would have said back in the day when we were fishing or out, we used to get in the inner tubes and go down the creeks and shit in the big mountain rivers here. And when the water was high enough. And I know what you were saying about the height levels and shit of the rivers and the mouth, but it's the same thing here on a smaller scale, right? And so, but there's bear here too. They're black. And I remember one time that I was with my dad and we were
black bears aren't as mean.
No, they're not. They're not. And I was with my dad and we were fishing and we were inner tubing. And so it was the river we were in. It was about, I don't know. It was about 25, 30, 40 feet at the point we were at. And it was a crook in the place. And there was I saw a black bear and he was just standing there. He's about 6 foot tall. It was a big one. And I knew that it was, he was just standing there though, on the side. And he could have got to us because it was only like 4 feet deep where we were. We were on a shelf with the rocks and everything. And we knew it was a perfect place, right, to fish. But so was it, the bear knew it was the perfect place to fish too. So, and I told my dad, I said, hey dad, I said, up over there's a fucking black bear. And he looked, he said, I saw him. He goes, I've had eyes on him for fucking 5 minutes. And so, that reminded me of your dad. And then look, hey, Reg, then I looked over and I saw that he had his stainless steel 357 right there on the raft. It was, on his inner tube. He didn't have it in his hand. It was just on the inner tube. Right? Yeah. My dad had it covered, brother. That's why I love that story so much, man.
That was another thing that I never added in the first time too, is like I said, they could hear us and they heard me say bear the first time, right? Because my dad was watching the whole thing and he saw it too. And he saw the bear run up. See, to him, he could see where the bears were because he was out on the boat where they could see up the river where we couldn't, right? Right. We're over there on the beach with our vision being cut off by the fucking trees.
Right. Dads were teaching us.
He watched the whole thing. He said he saw the first bear come out and he heard me say bear and he saw the bear run up and he heard me talking to him and saying bear. And they were like, and he actually said that to him. He goes, why didn't you guys listen to Reg? Why didn't you said, you literally assigned him bear watch. Why didn't you believe him? Right. And they're all just sitting there. with their stupid fucking ugly looks on their faces, right?
Hey,
They had no answer. They had
hey,
no
that-
answer. They couldn't say, "Well, it's because we don't fucking respect Reggie. He's a punk," right? They couldn't
But
say
they
that.
taught,
to him,
but it
right?
did. He
Oh yeah,
taught them.
and then they glared at me after too, right? Oh, fucking
Ah,
motherfucker!
they
You're
didn't learn
fucking
their
in trouble
lesson.
because we fucked up, right?
They didn't learn their lesson, brother.
Yeah, fuck no, right? But the old man asked them that. He goes, "Why didn't you listen to him when he said bear?" And they just sat there. He goes, "Well,
So-
maybe you'll listen to him next time, right? Oh, we will, yeah, we will." And then they look at me like, "You fucker, you got us in trouble by being fucking real, and we're fake, right?" That kind of thing, right? And so
Wow.
this is what I've had to deal with my whole life,
Yeah, that's hard, man.
dude. I think I figured it out too, because I've been thinking about this a lot and stuff, and it boils down to, remember I told you when I was a kid I had a weak bladder and I fucking was a bedwetter, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I know for a fact that guy was massively embarrassed by that fact. My brother
Really?
Guy was, right? He
Really?
fucking hated it. Embarrassed him, right? Don't embarrass me with your bullshit, right? And
Right.
and then when the whole town in Wrangell found out about it, right? And I was nicknamed the pisser and ostracized by everybody. Did any of them stand up for me? The fuck no, right? They're right there fucking with the other people going, yeah, that fucking little fuck, right? And it's been that way all the time with my one brother too, right?
Well, bro.
And it's funny, my old man used to say this, he would say this as saying, he would say this to us sometimes, or to them mostly. He said, "Man, what the fuck's the matter with you? You'll side with the nigger against your brother," right?
Right.
And he
Right.
would
Right.
say that, right? Just to get that shock value in there, right?
Yes,
Plus,
sir.
he was racist as well, right? Right. And
Well,
I always remember that, man. He'd say that, and I would sit there and think, "Fuck no, I wouldn't," right? I wouldn't, but they would, right? So
well,
that's the whole thing.
that speaks to their character.
Mm-hmm. And
You
they
know,
can
and
and have literally done that exact thing, right?
right. Right. Yes. Yes.
And so I learned that I couldn't count on them for anything, right?
Right. Right. No. Yeah. Right. You're right, man.
And I never did. I never have, right? Never ever fucking counted on them ever, no matter what.
For shit. For
Yeah.
shit.
Because I knew I couldn't, no way. I mean, if I was there on the beach alone and fucking bears were coming at me, they wouldn't say anything. Like, no, it's cool. Everything's good. Yeah, everything's good, man. Right?
That's fucking true.
Basically how it would go.
Reg, hey, I had to tell you, brother. Thank you, man, for going live, because I haven't laughed for real laugh. I haven't laughed.
I know. I haven't smiled. I forget what my smile looks like, right?
Yeah, I haven't laughed in a while.
So, hey,
brother.
thanks for being there too, as well.
Oh
Everybody.
yeah, man. Oh man, I love you, man.
Thanks to everybody too, as well, just for being there.
And you know, Reg, you know why I
people
like
to
it.
talk to, I can trust.
No, we got really good people here. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
We have you. This is your channel, so of course this is yours. All of these people are yours, except for Joey. That's ours, because he loves my channel too. He's just like you and me. We love your channel and we love mine, but it's not the channels. It's not the channels. We love each other, man. We love each other, man.
So I got asked, bro, why you're smoking inside now? What's up?
Oh no, this is a joint.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, damn. I know I still haven't done anything like that here. I still go outside.
To smoke a joint?
No, to smoke cigarettes.
Oh yeah. Well, no, like I told you, man.
I know I can't bring myself to smoke inside, even though I could if I wanted to, because it's my fucking domicile now. No matter what.
Right. No, that's the only reason. That's the only reason I do it.
I smoke in the garage though.
Dude.
Yeah, I've done that because in the middle of the winter it's fucking blowing fucking 80 and it's fucking 20 fucking below wind chill, 40 below wind chill and shit out there.
Right.
I started to have a cigarette in the garage every once in a while during the winter. And so I mean now it's not winter yet, so I'm still popping out on the porch. But when it comes to wintertime, no, I'm not gonna fucking step out in the 40 below anymore, and I'm gonna have one right in the garage. But I just can't bring myself to have one inside the house proper, is what I'm saying. Yeah,
sometimes I just forget that I'm in the house. Normally I do step outside for that. Yeah, sometimes I just I smoke bud.
I know, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you anyway.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm glad you asked that, because I never even thought about that. Yeah, I mean,
Shadow said he accidentally clicked off, but he's going to eat now anyway. And then he also says, "I'm only here as Jack's handler."
yeah, he is. He's
I
my.
know you'd like to handle Jack's. Ah, but
There you go. And
There you
here's
go.
the thing. Here's the thing. He's a CIA handler. You know.
I know, right? He's
He
fucking
is.
straight. He's straight CIA as it is.
He's a CIA. I have a lot of handlers. You're not the only one. You know, that's funny as fuck. I love that shit because I actually do have CIA handlers.
I know. Grace says to get hungry too. Fed the family. Always get too busy to eat. You got to make time. Says the guy. Left chicken, cordon bleu, rosemary, thyme, garlic infused butter, cream peas. God, listen to this. It's making me hungry. Cream peas, a hamburger, soup with carrots, onions, mushrooms, celery, lentils, rice, and homemade biscuits.
Oh my God.
Damn. What
are
doing?
We talking about, dude? I ate right before I came on the stream, and now I'm hungry as hell.
I like to cook my own meals, as you know, right? And so I've been scrounging through the freezers too to see what's still good. There's a lot of stuff in there, so totally freezer burning, no good, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the bad part about my mom. She would keep things forever, thinking they're just gonna keep, right? And they don't.
Right. No,
and
they
so
don't.
I've scrounged out a few things out of there and tried a few recipes, and they're pretty good. I mean, I know that I'll get by in a pinch, but I still like to go and buy some, fresh stuff too.
Oh yeah, man.
Eggs, at least, and stuff.
Well, if all
we haven't had
fails,
any harvest here because we haven't grown anything really in the last couple summers because the weather's been so shitty. Everything died the year before, and so this year I didn't put any investment into anything like that, thankfully, because it all would have died again. It was such a shitty summer.
Well, Reg,
terrible.
And this is what I was thinking. The climate up there is always your enemy. So if you don't want to fight it anymore, and listen, man, let's just be honest, it
was bad summer, bro.
Yeah, right. So so let's just be honest. We might want to go somewhere where it's not like that.
I know, right? Arkansas.
Man, I'm just saying, man. No, and you know what made me break over a little bit? It was sister saying, "Hey, we're thriving." You know what I'm saying? And our Reg, my economy here, where we're building this society that we have together. We are doing it together. You know what I mean? Like the people that I deal with personally are building this place for ourselves and for the
absolutely.
people. Okay, so
I wish we had more people like you guys up here, right? I mean,
this is a big place.
I used to think that it was like that, but now I could see.
Yeah, no. It is though. Listen, it's not. I'm in Arkansas, so it's not a big quote unquote place as far as LA or some fucking shit.
No, if I'd be going anywhere, it'd be like right down there in your area, Arkansas.
Yeah, no. This is country folk shit here.
Yeah. Where we all look out for each other.
We
got
gonna look
Shalom,
out for
brother.
everybody. Yeah, we're gonna look out for everybody, and we know everybody.
Yeah. Kind of like that here too. In like I said, where I was staying and selling stuff, mostly in Ketchikan, we're like that. Up here in the valley, it's a little different. I'm finding out, but mostly like that, but still a little bit different. There's different factions out here. There's the elder folk that are all mostly Christian and stuff, which is awesome. That's why my mom loved it here, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the newer, the new gen coming in that is all trying to be, totally different. That are not really meshing together, kind of thing, is what I'm seeing. Yeah, and I'm kind of, stuck in the middle, I guess, a little bit. But what's up, Shadow? You made it back. Shalom, brother. That's funny shit. You got me on that one.
That picture is going to be a classic. I'm going to go ahead and I will personally. I'll watch this stream again and I'll screenshot that picture for my own personal
favorite picture.
It's my favorite picture of you of all times.
So talk for a minute. Let me run to the bathroom. I'll be back in like 2 and 2. Right, you guys.
2 and 2. Chuck
ask
Woolery.
Questions. Talk questions. Let's go.
So handler, how are you?
Don't forget to wipe this time.
Hey, right, wipe.
Good.
Hey,
this?
So how are you? So all right. So I report to you, Shadow, since you're my handler. And so who do you report to? Can you tell me that?
Brother Ben Shapiro.
Oh, okay. Shapiro. So that's your handler?
Huh?
Ben Shapiro is your
No,
handler then?
he might be or he might not be. It's on a need to know
Okay, so
basis.
okay, you're compartmentalized just like I am. So okay, I understand. I fully understand. I have a lot of
He,
handlers, so I have to ask each one, who's your boss? I need to know who your boss is.
I don't mind. I don't know mine. It changes every week.
Right, right. Mine does too. You're only my handler once every week or two. There's other people that do the job too. Yep. Isn't that good? It's like right in everybody's face and they don't believe. Hey, how's the weather in Australia?
Weird.
Really?
It'll be gloomy
What's
in the
the
morning, then sunny in the afternoon, or the opposite.
right? Right. I always one place I wanted to check out in my lifetime because it's exactly right around the world from me, almost exactly around the world from me, is Australia.
Oh shit! I heard the first part of that.
Yeah,
The
but I
handler
wanted
part.
to, but it ended up Reg,
Handle me.
his handler and my boss is Ben Shafucking Piro.
I know, right? Hey, I need a handler. I need somebody to handle me right now, motherfuckers. I'm just playing.
I think Reg, we're brothers and Shadow is our
Mala
handler.
Harris.
I
I could
think.
use a good handling.
Yeah.
That's
Handle
so
me.
funny. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Halloween.
Hey, if you're my handler, fucking start handling, bro.
Right. Halloweeny me.
Halloween.
Halloweeny me.
I can't. Let's see the
I know who Reg.
Halloweeny. You got the
I
spirit
know
of
who
that
Reg.
fucking shit, Jack. You got
Yeah.
the spirit of it.
Yeah, sir. I listen to your
Bro.
jokes. They're fucking hilarious.
Halloweeny. You don't want to
Yeah.
see the
It's Sam
Halloweeny.
Tripoli.
It's what? Oh, you Sam wishes. Sam wishes. Sam
Dude,
Tripoli's
hey.
my handler. Oh shit! Fuck.
Maybe your handler.
He might be.
Maybe your his.
Hey, Reg. Hey, Reg and Shadow. Hey, Shadow. Did you
Oh my
like
god.
that I was gonna ask Shadow. I had a question for Shadow.
Okay.
Did you watch that video that Kristen or Slow Boy Whiteboard made for Reg about whenever he was with Sam Tripoli?
Right. Sam Tripoli's life flashes before his eyes or something like that.
Did you see her cut of that?
That was great.
That was the
I don't know.
greatest video ever made on the subject. Another one of my favorite videos, Reg, of yours is since we make videos, right? So one of my favorite
I need to
videos
make
of yours.
more. I haven't lately.
I
Right?
haven't made
I've
any
been
in a
screwing
while.
around with a bunch of nothing with any substance, throwing them off till my strikes wear out.
Is that right? Well,
That's what I've been doing.
I made a Thinking Woods video the other
Yeah,
day.
I saw. I've been watching. I try to comment most of the time, but
Oh
I'm
yeah,
still
no, I saw
watching.
your comment. But no, anyway, listen, one of my favorite videos of yours is the one where you went through the comments section
Right.
of the original
I think
live
that's still
stream.
up. I think that's still up on this
The
channel.
one, yeah, no, I watch it sometimes. But
comments
look,
review.
the comments review went on the Slam Tripoli, the original OG stream where we met and all that. Yeah.
I looking back at that, I wish I would have stopped more on more of the comments, right? Because all those are long gone when the video
But there was like 15,000 comments.
It was a shitload. It was. I mean, I scrolled through a lot of them, and like remember, 95% of them were positive towards me and against Sam. And then there was the occasional one that would flip me shit. And those were people that I literally commented on their own channels and won them over, right?
Yeah, people.
Corona was one of them.
You probably stopped him from blowing up by doing that. He
was supposed to be the next big Joe Rogan shit, and he got crushed by fucking. Come on, man.
And now he's telling everybody, boost your immune system.
Boost your immune system. New World Order. That motherfucker stole your fucking shit, bro.
It's all good. No biggie, man. He can have it. You know, he can have all that Hollywood bullshit. The last
Yeah,
thing I
let him
want
have it.
is
Let him
down
take
there.
it up the. Hey, I always say, let him take it up the coast. I don't give a fuck, dude.
I know, right? I
I've,
mean,
I've,
if that's
I've
what you
wondered
want,
if I've wondered if actually does hit the fan, if they'll just throw him under the bus.
Oh yeah, he's a devil worshiper, man. Fuck him. He's gone. He's gone.
Mm.
yeah,
the,
it's weird because I don't watch any of
the
that shit
actual
anymore.
Nah, he's sucking
Yeah.
Satan's pecker,
saying
I don't even
bro.
watch Kill Tony or anything anymore, right?
Not ever. No way. I don't watch anything. I watch
I
all
used
of
to
the
watch them
people.
all the time. You know?
No way. I've watched them before, but I don't watch people. I don't watch anybody, Reg. Dude,
Yeah,
trust me.
I know. I
I'm
only watch
saying
our group
the,
anymore, right?
I only watch our group. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I watch Street
these
Beefs.
famous
I
people.
like Street Beefs. You've seen Street
Oh, I
Beefs?
have stuff I branch off
Street
on,
Beefs
but
is funny, and I watch water marbling shit and
man, I
our group
watch.
type shit.
I watch a lot of. I watch. Man, I sub to 1,400 people, so man, I watch a lot of
My
shit.
suggestion feed is just weird, right? It's all over the place, right? Sometimes I'm watching fights, other I'm watching. I always put Bruce Lee in there because I'll watch Bruce Lee stuff, right? And then I'll be watching water marbling and ancient Japanese techniques of dripping ink
Reg,
on
Reg,
shit like that, right?
I utilize you. I utilize YouTube. I watch everything in the world.
Yeah, it's weird. Some of the suggestions they come up for me nowadays because I'm all over the place. They're like, "What the fuck?"
But mostly, but believe it or not, I mostly just listen to it because what I have is YouTube Premium, so I can just turn my phone screen off,
Right.
and
That's
and
awesome.
so yeah, and that way I can go live and with only 250 subs. I can go
I gotta
live.
wait for all the commercials and shit. You know.
I don't have to wait for nothing. I can go live off my phone with just 250 subs. If you don't have YouTube Premium, you have to wait for like 1,000
Yeah.
subs to be able to do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to pay $13.99 a month. That's how much it costs. But
Wow.
for that, they won't strike my channels down now.
Yeah. Right.
They'll
You
still
get a
give
lot
me.
more leeway.
They only shadow ban me now, and
Yeah.
that I can live with that. I can live with that because
Right.
my
That's
core
probably
group
worth
of
it.
my core group of people that I converse with and I draw
Mhm.
you and all of us. I want direct access to you guys. I don't want to have to fuck around because I'm banned, Reg. Hey, like
I know
you,
you are. If any of
I
us are,
am.
it's
Hey, Reg, I can't make Google accounts. I can't make Chrome accounts. I can't make Netflix
dude,
accounts.
I had to go and literally erase everything and then go to a Tor browser for a while. And
Everything
now
I'm doing off my son's. Everything I'm doing off my
I know
son's
what you
phone.
mean. They do
Yeah.
it. But we're coming up on a couple hours here. I was wondering, if you guys want to hear this latest little thing I wrote, which is
Oh yeah. Let's end it with a bang, brother.
yeah, it's a pretty good bit. And so it's basically meant, I was writing these things kind of just poetically, but this one I thought could be a song, right? And so I was writing it that way because I had this question in my mind, right? And it starts out that way. And so are you guys ready? And
Sure.
be gentle now. Okay, here it goes. Can anyone out there describe to me what it likes what it feels like to be free? Is there anyone out there that can say that they have never had to pay for everything they need on earth? We even have to pay for birth. And of course, when we die, they'll be right there to suck us dry. Can anyone tell me how you feel when you don't have to work for every meal? Please, God, I want to hear you say that you had planned it another way. And Lord, I'm not trying to be funny, but please tell me you don't want money. Because everywhere I go, their hands are out. This can't be all that life's about. So someone say, no, someone scream, you don't have to pay to have a dream. Say it's still free to dream and come and join the team. Then we all together say that we aren't going to pay. So stand up now with me and scream, it's still free to dream. I said, jump up on your feet and scream, it's still free to dream. That's kind of like the chorus, right? And then there's one final verse. says, now it's time to sing and dance because there might be a chance that we can find a way where no one ever has to pay. Time to scream aloud and holler, and it won't cost you $1. We can do it now within the hour. Get it together and take back our power. Everybody jump up and scream. It's still free to dream. Anybody? Everybody? Notice
I'll
how I
tell
do
you
that.
what.
Together. Get it together.
I like it, brother. Those are great lyrics, and the cadence was really nice, and I like the timing. And I think that I might pull out the old 7-string and do some.
It's time, brother. We need some original music to it.
Yeah, and I could put
So,
I could put drums, bass, and guitar to that, and then I could also sing it. But I would do it
it's
in
called
like
Free
a
to Dream, right?
yeah, free to dream. I think
Free
I
to
could
Dream.
sing it like a Lamb of God style, man. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I just wrote this. I'm gonna fucking I'll put the lyrics down or
No, you already
and
put it on
send
the
them.
stream. I'll just listen to this and write the lyrics down.
But I could
And-
send you the lyrics so you could look right at them.
yeah, yeah. No, no, if
right?
you would send them, it'd be even better.
This is the rough draft, right? I didn't even write it out to where it's easy to look at, right? Where the breaks should be, you know.
No, and hey, I can help you figure that out. I play music since I'm 2 years old.
Here we go. This is our first song, brother.
Maybe
I
so.
mean, I liked it too. I mean, because I don't know anybody out there who can say honestly they know what it's like to be free. Because
Yeah.
we've had to pay. Nothing comes free, right? And so that's why I kind of wrote it. Can anyone out there describe to me what it's like to be free? I mean,
I
really,
wouldn't. Hey, I wouldn't know it cost my mom to have me born.
right. That's why it says right there. We even have to pay for birth.
Yes, sir.
Say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, I thought it was pretty good. Thank you so much.
Nice.
It was one of my first few ventures into this type of thing. I always figured that I just write fiction, right? And I've written.
I'm always Reg. I'm always looking for lyrics because I have many songs in me, and I've never written or done anything with any of them. I don't write.
This is what I've been going back to. This is why I started doing it. I was like, "Fuck! If I can write fiction, I should be able to write lyrics." So
yeah, and those are badass lyrics. I could do something with those.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it would make a great song. It's
no, man, brother. Hey, man. Listen,
get up and scream.
Dude, no. Hey, hold on. Listen. I can do the vocals for that.
I could see you a fucking like acoustic strumming guitar along with it, right?
You know, I can do an acoustic version of it, and of course I will. That's how
it could be like all slow and sad to start with.
That's how I do. That's how I do it. But then what I do, personally, what I do is I break out a 7-string Ibanez guitar and big amps and drum machines, and then I go ahead and do it rock metal style. Yeah,
dude, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? It start out slow acoustically, and then once you get into the fucking mains part, the chorus, right, where he says, "So someone say, no, someone scream. You don't have to pay to have a dream," you know, and then it goes into it. It's still free to dream.
Yeah, you have no idea what I would do with that. So send me the lyrics. Send me the lyrics. I do this from time to time. I do
for sure. This is just a rough draft. I'm sure some of it's got to be edited out, you know. Yeah.
But I've been playing all my life, so I'm always looking for lyrics.
When I was writing it, I was kind of thinking of the slow acoustic type thing to start with until I started.
Yeah, you might not like what I do with it then, because it'll be the most insane.
No, I'll love it. I'll love anything that happens with it. You know that.
What I heard there was, I could see it, and I didn't ever think though it was acoustic, but then afterwards I thought to myself, and it would also be very.
What kind of typo negative-y acoustic?
Well,
right?
no,
acoustic, but you know.
No, man. Listen, I'm talking completely metal, man.
Hey, however it could work, I'd be totally proud, right?
Yeah, I think I can do something.
That's the whole thing about getting somebody else's take on it.
Well, no, hold on. I heard a certain cadence in the way you delivered the lines, so you don't really even. I want you to send me the lyrics so I can write them down.
Yeah, for sure.
But I only need to leave this live stream up and don't erase it because I have to.
No, I don't think we've said anything that needs to.
I have to clip your cadence when you read it. and
Okay.
then I'll make a song off it.
Right on. Yeah. Grab that clip, screenshot it, or screen record it or something.
I'm gonna screen and record it as soon as we're done here.
And Farm Girl's also saying, I'm glad you're writing this stuff down and sharing. It's important and powerful. Thank you so much.
It is. Oh, see, she's that's sister again.
Well, I've been reading my mom's work, and it's been affecting me very
Right.
powerfully, right?
And I think Reg, and over the last few months, you have been talking about that. You've been, you found your mother's work and everything.
Man, it's really had a huge impact on me, man.
I think it has, brother, because now I just heard something that I vibe with that I needed. I needed it. What you just gave out, I needed that because I've been looking for something. And that was what it was, man. It was that song.
I think I got more to come too. I mean, I know I do.
I hope you do, because whenever I release this on YouTube, I guarantee you it'll be badass, dude.
I started thinking about, the stuff we say all the time. Why can't we put that into a song too, right?
Yeah.
And not go too far to where they're going to, immediately delete us, right? Say,
no, man, no, that's, hey, Reg, I can't do that.
Reg, listen, right?
You know me pretty good. We've been together for years now, right? Here's the thing. I can't not get deleted with the way I talk. You know what I'm
I know, right?
Right. You know that.
But required to delete.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You though, you can't either if you're speaking, but whenever you write something, whenever you write a joke, and whenever we don't have to get deleted, and it still says what we want to say.
Right, I can't tell the jokes that all the jokes.
I don't know. You have a gift, brother. I think that's why we got put together, dude. Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. Grace also says she had notebooks full of poems, thoughts, and prayers. Extremely good outlet.
I need lyrics. I need lyrics. So send them to Reg, and he'll send them to me.
I know for a fact that some of my mom's stuff is lyrical too, right? But I read one of them on a little bit back, the one that she wrote for me, but she changed to me and my brothers later, right? But you could tell she wrote it originally for me, right? And I read that one, and so she had, her own style too, right? I mean, you got to consider she's writing all this stuff before I was born, or I mean, a lot of it was before anybody was born, but I mean, throughout her years of her life, and she had a completely different lifestyle than us. I mean, after the custody battle, she went full Christian. Remember I told you? And she changed her life completely and lived for Jesus then. I mean, mad respect, because she changed, she quit drinking, she quit everything, right?
Listen, Reg, you know this. And I think this is why we're on this stream together tonight. And I waited for it all day. And I've been praying for this all day.
I know, man.
I needed to tell you this. I needed to tell you this. Jesus is the only way out of this.
100% agreed. I know that for sure. I mean, I can't. That's the only thing that I can rely on at this point in time. I can't think that I know the idea, right? And so, I mean, all I have to do is just give faith back, and
we need to go. We need to draw.
And that's kind of where I'm going to, right? I'm going to this. All right, fine. Here you go, God. Here it is. This is for you.
Hey, listen.
This is for you, Lord. Take it.
Listen, repent of your sins, and call upon the name of Christ, brother, and you will be redeemed.
You know,
the blood of the
Lamb.
Lamb.
That you're saying that, because I pray so much and say in Jesus' name, it gets to almost be so repetitive that you forget how much power it is.
No. It's called rededication. It's called a rededication. It's whenever you know the truth of Jesus. You know, because you lived it. You know the truth of Jesus. But every once in a while, you backslide and you go down the hill and all that.
Who doesn't? I mean,
who doesn't? If Jesus even told us, he said, you all will fall short of the glory of God.
No doubt. And the people who try to kid themselves and say, oh no, I'm all high and pious, those are the worst ones, right?
Here's what
at least we admit our
This
weakness.
is a personal thing I've seen. The people who say what you just said, I'm high and mighty, and of course I'm never gonna fall, and I don't drink like you, and I don't do those things like you. And okay. Hey, no, listen, and I don't say those words like you. Okay, all right, okay. They're the ones that the doctor prescribed them their drugs. Right. They're the ones they're the ones that it's not cheating because he said I could, and And you see,
Right. They
right,
give
right, right.
themselves the hall pass.
Right, right. Okay, okay. Those are the people that are looking down their nose at the good people that are like, man, every once in a
But what
while
you
I have
said
it.
first, like they're the ones who take the doctor's prescription, right? They're the ones who will listen to the doctor over the Lord, no problem, right?
And I'm not
Oh, the
talking
doctor
about
said I got
stuff that
cancer, so now I got to do
right.
this.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And I'm not
Yeah.
talking about somebody who has a diabetic and that insulin actually helps them.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about that. I'm not talking about that. Because there's some scientific stuff that actually does work. You
A
know
little
what I
bit,
mean?
a little bit.
A
What you saying,
little
Shadow?
bit.
You
What's
know
up?
what?
I hear you chafing. Go
You
ahead.
know what a scientist is?
What?
A
Come
priest in
on.
a butcher's outfit.
Oh, oh, that's a really good one.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad. That ain't
That's
bad.
really good, man.
The scientist is just a priest in a butcher's outfit. That's good.
Wow, man, that's really good. That really sums up a little bit of it. And why,
Yeah.
Reg? I
That could
know
be a
why.
cartoon, you
No, no,
know.
no, Reg, I know why. Their fake insulin and their fake drugs that they give us, the synthetic version of what Mother Nature
Right.
already gave
See,
us.
diabetes can be cured through just changes in your own diet, right?
Reg,
Yeah.
I don't take
And
any
they don't have to shoot
Reg,
themselves up for the rest of their life.
the only quote unquote drug I take, there's two of them. Alcohol, obviously, I drink
Yeah.
beer. Hey,
Hey,
and
my
bud,
weakness.
bro. That's it. That's
Mhm.
the drugs I take.
My other one too. I know, right?
That's
So
what I take.
yeah, I mean that's what it takes to cope with the
And
bullshit
hey,
that's feeding us these days.
I'm pushing 50 and I'm stronger than every 25-year-old guy that comes in my
Oh yeah, I
shop.
know that for a fact. I was the exact same way at that age too, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
guaranteed,
just
bro.
a couple years ago, I was like that too. But this
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing, it's
yeah,
taken a
yeah.
lot out of me. I'm a shadow of my former self, right?
But I
And
think,
I've
listen,
noticed that too,
Reg,
and that's why I got to get back
no, no,
on.
no,
I
no.
got to
Like I gotta let you know
kick this
something.
aside.
I wanted to tell you something. I wanted to tell you something, brother. All
I'm
right.
scrawny as hell. I only weigh like 165 or something now.
I know, I know, I know. But listen, I want to tell you something. I knew a guy, and I've known. I'm old enough to tell these kinds of stories. But listen, I knew a guy that was he was a bigger guy, 180, 190 pounds. Whenever he was in his good shape, 40s, 50s, right? And he was still working and metal man, all right. And then he got he got into some shit in his he lost some weight and things happened and he turned into a shadow of his former self to all of us that knew him
Right.
as the vital man that he was, right?
Yeah.
And this is around 59, 60 years old. And then
Yeah.
listen to this. No, listen to this. Then he somehow shed that problem that he was afflicted with. And within about 6 months, he got back to himself. And
Yeah.
yeah, man, I swear to you that
Yeah.
he
That's where I'm
changed.
going to. I'm just in a cycle.
Yeah, he just did it. He knew when the time was to change it, and he did. And he gained his vitality back. And here's what I say, Reg, and I've been doing this all my life. And so every 10 years I go through the cycle. I
Yeah.
at between 29 and a half and 30, I change my life. I change everything about my life and I change everything and I get into the greatest shape of my life at 10,
Right.
20, 30, 40. And now it's
That's the way
almost
it was for
50.
me too. I was like, when I was 39, I was sitting there thinking, you know what? I want to hit 40 at the best shape of my life. And so I started freaking hammering it hard. And then I wanted to do that every time it comes up on a decade, right? I
A
feel the same
decade
way.
every time, a
This
decade,
might,
baby.
if I don't get busy right now, this might be the only decade that I'll be
I
able to
have
say I
to.
wasn't at the best shape of my life.
Hey, I
I'm gonna
can't
get
have.
hustling now,
Listen. I will not have that happen, and I will
right?
change. I
I'm not gonna
guarantee
have it
you.
happen either. I still got many months to go, and all I have to do is work out for about a month straight, and I'll be right back into my same top
I'm
health
gonna give
stuff.
myself
I've
though.
just
Hey,
been going
Reg.
through so much, and I mean,
Yeah, I'm
when I
gonna give
first,
myself a full month to get
you
back
know,
in
right
it.
before I did the flush too, I was like I think it was like over 190, right? And when I
Right.
flushed out all that crap that was trapped in my colon and shit, I lost like about 15 pounds, right? And so I was down to like 175, right? And I was like, wow, I'd never been this light, but still been so in good shape, right? And so it was kind of a wake up call on that. And so I've always hovered around. I used to be hover around 189, right? And now
Right.
after the flush, I was down to like hovering around 176, which is
Hmm.
more proper weight for me.
Isn't
And
that
so
funny? I like to weigh 175 pounds, and I'm 6'2".
right, that's where you're wiry and you don't have
Yeah,
body
no,
fat.
no. I want to. Hey,
When I
listen.
started going in the creek too, and I lost that little bit of body fat, I
Right,
did the same type thing. I
right,
was right at 189 back then too, right? And then it dropped down to about a dozen pounds lighter.
right.
And so and now I'm even lighter than that because I haven't really been doing any working out and stuff like that like I used to. And I have been in the creek
Hmm.
only, a fraction of the times I usually in this year. And so I'm seeing that too right now. I just got to let all this go, all this stress and all the bullshit go, and get
Right,
back into my same routine. And so
right.
that way, when it comes, my next decade comes here in a few months, I could once again say back in the best shape ever, right?
No, hold on, brother. And you're at your 60th, and I'm at my 50th. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to get into the best shape that I've ever been in my entire life. I
Do a
am.
transformation. I'm doing
Oh,
that.
brother.
You know what? I thought this is the perfect time for me to take a video of me right now and then do the
Me too.
transformation video as I get better, stronger, buffed, whatever, and use it in part of one of these fucking films or whatever I'm making, right?
I'm just gonna. You know what I planned on doing was just staying Jack Torrance, just staying doing the videos, and then people will see the increase or the whatever it is, the different way of thinking. And you know what I mean? Like they have a ebb and flow from Jack now. You know what I mean? On my channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not the way we talk to each other, because this is real as fuck, and Jack
Right
is
from the
too,
heart.
but this is real. But I'm just saying, Jack is real as fuck, but
That's
he
why
is
we're all fucking devout followers, man. It's the
yeah.
realism, right?
Jack
And
is
the voice.
listen,
It's
man.
the whole package.
Whenever I do the Jack, I can't have anyone else around it.
No, that's good. That's why I like the way you do that. You just it's yourself. You're speaking from the heart.
Yeah,
And I used
totally
to
am,
think, man, you
bro.
should look more at the comments, but now I agree with you. Don't look at
Yeah,
them,
it's a
right?
Jack stream. If
You
I
don't want
get
to be
too much in the
distracted.
no,
Yeah,
that's a distraction. And
exactly.
one
Yeah, I
of
didn't
my
understand
most
that till I did the first drag stream. Remember when I did it a while
no,
back?
you no, listen, that's why I can talk to you like this. You've done a Jack stream, so you know
But I
exactly
don't think
what
I
it
could ever bare
means.
my soul any more than I possibly did in that one fucking stream. I'm not even kidding you.
That dude, if you do it, and listen, my name is Ray and your name is Reg, but
Yeah.
you did a
Right.
Jack stream. Yeah, your name is, I know who your name but Shadow, if you ever did a Jack stream, bro, what would you say?
I don't know.
You don't have to say,
Dude,
you
not
don't have to
everybody
say
can
it.
do one of those, bro. Not
No,
everybody can do.
no, that's what I was gonna
Dude,
say.
I was going
You
through that enormous amount of shit, and I still am, and I probably still will do another Jack stream. I almost did one a few nights ago, right? And I was like, I don't know what held me back from doing it because I was in that same place again, right, where I could just.
yeah.
But I mean, I think it
You,
was the fact that I'm trying to, just in case anybody is freaking watching, maybe I should do this as my court date's coming up, right?
No, Jack streams are fucking
Dude,
very
bearing your soul like none other,
wow,
right?
dude. Wow. I
So
don't
I'm
think,
gonna do another one after this next hearing or whatever. I've got
yeah,
another one in mind because I've got some other pictures that I want to show and some other stories that I want to relate that I missed in the last one, right? That are also
right.
still crucial to what's happening
Yeah.
and stuff like that, right? I mean, there's multiple things that still need to be said, and so I'm gearing up for another
Reg,
one.
I was thinking between me and you, since this is the when we talk to each other, so and we bear it out for everyone to hear, to show what true friends are. True friends that
Yeah,
live thousands of miles away from
I
each
know,
other.
right?
Right,
Better
we are.
friends than
But we
anybody
love
close
we
to you,
love each other. But the thing is, um,
and that goes for everybody in this
it
room.
goes for everybody. But the thing is, though, Reg and Shadow, we have to get together, man. Like
Right?
bond together and be together. We really do. You have to make some kind of bond with people here on
That's
this
why I
planet.
love the way you say it at the end of every one of your videos. Let's get it together, right?
Yeah,
And
we
that's
have
how I
to
always
get it
remind
together.
myself, yes, let's get it together. Let's keep it together.
That's mind, body, and spirit. That's everything.
Yep.
You know. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I included it into this. I thought it was that important.
Dude, I loved it when I heard it at the end. It was like the cherry on top for me. You know.
We
Yeah.
can do it within this hour. Get it together and take back our power.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know,
What's
Well,
up,
hey,
Shadow?
you know
what do
how
you
I,
say, bro?
you like, you know how I like movies and stuff, right?
Oh, really?
You're right.
I'm just kidding. I know you've seen every
Uh,
movie ever.
I don't, I've done some connecting with some events in the real world.
Have you made a video?
No,
Come
but
on.
I'll tell it to you.
Okay, let's hear it.
You remember? You remember when they announced the Matrix 4 movie?
Yeah.
2 days
the lame
later
one?
was is when 2 days later was when Trump said he's the chosen one, like how Neo is the chosen one in the movie.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I think Keanu Reeves was in The Devil's Advocate, and Trump's
Mm-hmm.
penthouse was in that movie,
Right.
and the devil's
Right.
name is John, and Trump's middle name is John.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all. Yeah, that's
Keep
all
going.
true.
Is there more? Is there more?
Oh, there's so much more.
You know it is. You know there is.
Oh yeah.
I know you
Yeah.
always make these connections because you see all that. You've been watching all that and stuff. That's good. I
that's
can
good.
hardly
That's
bring
why.
myself to watch anything
And
anymore.
No.
I did. Oh, guess what though? Wait. I
and
wanted to bring this up too, because did you see the latest Mission Impossible, Shadow?
no, I don't want Tom Cruise.
Dude, I know, right? I've always liked Mission Impossible, though. It was one of my favorite series as a TV kid, right? All right,
Yeah.
Mission
Yeah.
Impossible, especially that music. I think that
That's
music
good
was
music.
better than the whole show, right?
Yeah, it
But I
was.
used to like Mission Impossible. I swear to God, when I was a kid watching it as a TV series, right? Because those fuckers were just, I mean, they were cool, right? They were able to do all this cool shit,
The
you
fake
know, and
masks.
save the world kind of thing, right?
Fake mask. Joe
I remember
Biden.
when Tom Jews started fucking redoing it, right? And
Yeah.
you know, say what you want about Tom Jews, but he's not a bad fucking. I mean, he does some crazy shit, and you know he does his own stunts, right? And
Yeah.
he does all that crazy shit. Fucking, I mean,
Yeah.
running off the building with those things and shit like that. He literally does all that crazy shit, and so it's like, you know, you gotta respect him a little
I
bit
like
for that,
Chick Grace.
right? Even though there's million stunt or a million safety precautions and shit, he's still fucking driving the motorcycle off the cliff, right? And so, you know, there's a little bit of respect goes into that too, right?
Allegedly.
And so, and when they redid the franchise as the movies, they did a pretty fucking good job. I got to admit, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Especially that first one where he gets exploded off the helicopter.
that was good,
onto the
man.
train. That shit was gold. I mean, it
It was a
looked
good movie.
looked legit, right? It did. They did really good job on it, right? And then the Limp Bizkit remade the music, and it was fucking right. That's like I
That
always
was
wanted to
badass.
see when I was a
Dude,
kid,
yeah,
right?
they went over
They
the
fished
top.
me in on that fucking series, is what I'm saying. So I took a break from all the bullshit the other night, and I watched the latest Mission Impossible. Right, Tom Cruise is getting pretty old, all right, but still he's pulling it out of his ass, right? And actually, guess what? The whole new movie was about. It's
What was
about AI, motherfuckers. They call this thing the entity, right? This computer presence that's
Yeah.
became self-aware and shit. Have
Yeah.
you seen it, Shadow?
No, but
Nope.
leading on to that, have you seen the U2 concert where they have the subliminal messages?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
There's
Yeah,
a
in Las
U2
Vegas. In Las Vegas, yeah.
and
A concert?
and you see like subliminal messages on the screen. One of them is internet is the antichrist.
Yeah.
Right, but that's kind of what the new movie was about. All right, it was the governments of the world are all trying to get control of this entity thing, right? And then Ethan Hunt,
And-
you know, Tom Cruise's fucking character,
Yeah,
right? He's the only one who wants to destroy it, kill it, right? And so
Yeah.
the,
The smart
the
guy.
AI, the entity looks at him as his only threat, right? So that way he wants to kill Ethan Hunt, and so that's kind of how the whole movie is based around. They're trying to
Yeah.
stop this entity thing, right? That all the governments of the world want to control because it's a weapon, and so
In our,
along with it is the specter of nuclear war, right? Oh, they'll start off
yeah,
the nukes, right? And it's all based around a fucking Russian sub that got sank that had
of
the
course.
prelim of right. It's always the Russians, right? So
Mm.
it's kind of funny that way.
Arab.
There's a bunch of wokeism woven into it, but it still is an interesting story if you just take it for the base what it is, right?
Strip it
Warning you of
down.
this AI, and what have I always said? It's a fraud, right? It's just the next boogeyman. Oh, the AI, like a computer can actually think or even become even close to what our brain can do. Fuck you, you lying cunts. There's no way anything made by man, even if it's a mistake, could ever compare to anything made by God, right?
No.
And so there's no way it could never ever hold a candle to it. And so I'll stick with it forever. This whole AI bullshit is just a gigantic hoax and psyop, just like you love to say, Jack. And we
Oh
all know
yeah.
it's just the next boogeyman. And so they got
Oh,
all these
brother.
fucking Chinese slaves fucking chained to their computers over there in China being AI, right?
No, and you gave me so much insight on my thoughts on that because I always thought it was a hoax and a psyop, right? But
The
for
self-driving
verific
car has got a little
for,
Chinese dude driving it over
for
there.
yes, that's what I always think of when I think of AI. Every single fucking
Maybe we
time
might
because
have to delete this.
yeah, well maybe because we are telling too much fucking truth.
I know
But
I'm
that's
fucking up.
but no, hey, that's exactly what I think of when I think of AI. The little Chinese guy driving the car.
Yep. They fucking got a bunch of them. And they're saying, oh, now it can compute 10 jillion computes per second. That's because they finally have enough Chinese slaves in the sea. They can do 10 million a second, right? So they got 10,000 of them. So we got 10 billion gigabytes of
All
fucking,
right, so
right?
Reg, here goes the ultimate.
Am I the only one laughing at this shit?
You're not the only one. Listen to this. This is the scenario
Oh,
that people
fuck.
need to leave with this scenario. There's a Chinese guy, and they have those nets over there and those plants that
Right,
they
the ones
work
that
at.
catch them from committing suicide.
Yeah, right. Okay, so suicide nets.
He's been
Now,
caught by the net 3 times now.
this guy's been driving a car across the United States for fucking 15 hours and shit, a Tesla, and having to sit through the fucking recharges, and he's doing it, and he has to watch everything, and he's been drinking Red Bulls, and he finally snaps and tries to break out the window and jump out the fucking place, but he
The
gets
net
caught with a
catches him.
net and put back into the fucking scenario.
The net
He's
catches
living
him
in a
down to
fucking
the tunnel. He goes to
this
drop
is
back
we're
in his
not
seat.
hey guys, whoever's watching this,
I,
we're not lying to you. That's exactly what happened.
Dude, we got to make this movie though, right?
I,
'Cause
How
it's gonna
can
be
we? How
hilarious.
can we?
I want.
Reg, how who
On green
would
screen, bro. The puppets will do the acting. Go ahead, Shadow. You're chafing.
I, I wonder if they'll have a mega AI.
A what?
Mega AI, like MAGA.
MAGA. Oh,
MAGA?
Mega. Okay. No, dude, Mega. The AI is
Yeah,
already Mega.
AI.
What are you talking about? Dude, it's literally fucking Q.
It's Q.
It
I,
is. It's
I
Q.
was. I,
You know
I,
what? Fuck you, right?
It's Q.
No, right?
I was
See,
on
I
Rumble.
used
I
to
was
hear that
watching
from my
Rumble.
brothers all the time. They'd say, Q, Reg, right? Q. Fuck you, in other words, right?
I
Go,
was
Fuck you.
watching a video on
yeah.
Rumble yesterday, and one of the commercials was it was gold bars of Donald Trump, and they're for free, but you have to pay for shipping.
Uh,
right. Yeah, that fucking paper shipping thing, man, dude. That's
right.
gold, right? Whoever
Oh
figured that
yeah.
one out, man, that
Oh
motherfucker.
yeah.
Just
Fuck
pay
yeah.
separate processing and handling.
Mhm. Right.
You can get it
Processing and handling.
all you gotta do is pay for everything through the fucking fake
Just pay
processing
for
fee.
everything. Yo.
Oh my god. See, that was one of the things I used to do when I first started to auction little pieces of baleen off on eBay too, right? I would go for 99 cents on them because I figure that they're gonna at least get so high. But the shipping and handling was $20 what I wanted anyway, right? Right? And so anything I got over that was above, right? And so that's how I did that. And so yeah.
Volume.
All of the shipping and handling. Oh fuck, that was pretty. It was a pretty good little deal too, because when I first started auctioning those things off, some of them were getting like up to $50-$60, and so along with the $20 on top of it, I'm getting like $70 for a $20 piece, right? And so it was working out pretty good. I need to get back into that. I think.
I've been one.
What?
I've been wondering if
drifting in and
they'll
out.
get Trump to do the.
Back to Trump. Dude, you know they're going to inject him back in. What's you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, you know where I'm at. Of course, they're going to bring him back in, so everybody will fight World War III for him, right? They ain't going to fight for camel toe.
He's trying to be the Antichrist, Reg.
You think so?
He's trying.
Yeah.
Well, wait, the Antichrist is supposed to be young. Remember?
Doesn't matter. It might be his son Baron. It might be
okay,
Baron.
well, then he's supposed to be laying the streets dead with a head wound for 3 days. Remember? That's the other requirement.
Maybe they have,
and he's going to resurrect
maybe it's not
himself,
Trump.
Remember? But that's the other requirement as far as biblical goes.
He's going to upload.
The body has to lay in the streets with a head wound for 3 days and then be resurrected. As in, like Christ was Antichrist.
Those are the two witnesses you're talking about. This is a little bit different than the Antichrist. The Antichrist will have a head wound, but it will be healed miraculously.
Right.
And
but he's supposed to lay in the streets for 3 days too. That's one of the details.
That's the two witnesses. They are supposed to lay in the streets. They're different.
I'm gonna have to relook at that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look at that again because that's different. There has to be something.
I remember distinctly 3 days in the streets dead.
That's true. That's a prophecy. But however,
allegory as well. It might not be literal. It could be allegory. It might not be literal.
Of course, dude. Sure. Listen, I don't I personally, I said on my Hamas edition live stream, everything we're seeing right now is man-made hoax. This is devil shit.
Right.
This is this is bullshit.
We already know we're in a fucking simulation.
Right. We know it. We know where we're at. Here's the deal. God hasn't put down nothing yet. He will, though.
I keep going back to that too. We still haven't even seen it yet.
We haven't seen God put his hand on. Nuh-uh. He's leading everything that he can through his people, but he's given the devil dominion over this place for right now. He said he would, but whenever God puts his hand on the situation, you will know the difference.
You'll know this. Actually, I've been getting those head rushes again, like the human resonance spiking again.
Yes. No, they have been. They've been messing with the frequencies of the flat plane.
Oh, I've been feeling that hardcore up here because I get that all
the time.
Of course,
HARP is right there.
Luckily, I recognize what it is, right?
Of course. Well, Reg, I got really sick back in 2020, and it proved to me that I was right.
I did too. Remember, we both got
it
kind of in succession almost.
Yes, and that was electromagnetic radiation poison.
Right.
Yes.
Right. I'm feeling some kind of flux happening right now. And remember, the remote viewers were all saying by the end of the year we're going to see.
I have had some serious fluctuations.
I'm still thinking about that remote viewing thing too, of course, because we're getting closer to the end of the year, right? Every day.
Watch out for your border.
Right. I'm wondering where they're going to do this fake, fake, but actually real explosion.
There's an alien invasion going on, all right.
Right, the alien invasion.
I was gonna say they keep.
They're hyping it.
They keep having you looking overseas and the border.
Dude, every time I see it's like, okay, now the Polish government has come out and admitted UFOs are real. Now the fucking right? You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's around the corner too. Immediately.
Oh, I keep going back to
what I said before. That we still haven't even seen the Antichrist hit the
not even close.
He's going to be one of these fucking aliens, I think.
Of course, he will have all the answers for everyone in the world after they do what.
And these aliens are going to look just like us. They're going to be human looking.
Of course, they live, perfect, brother. Right? They live. They live.
Looking. Yep.
For anyone that doesn't know, watch. They Live. It's a documentary on what's up.
Absolutely. What's up, Shadow?
I want to believe in aliens, but the government says they're real.
Right.
Oh, there you go. That's a fucking good one.
Right.
I
Yeah.
want to believe, but since the government
Yeah.
said they're real,
I thought I believed until they told me it was
I
true.
know, right? That's gold.
Yeah.
There's a
Right.
good joke in
That's
there.
a good joke, bro.
There is a good joke in there.
Yeah.
I believed in aliens until the government said that. I was
I believe I was
Until
a
the
true
government
believer until they told me it was real.
Until the government said they're real, and then I had to say fuck.
Yeah,
No,
that's a
that's
great
good. That's
bumper
gold.
sticker, man.
That's
That's
gold.
gold, bro.
That is gold.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
going
good.
into the next routine.
Oh, for
Just
sure,
kidding,
for sure. That's
You know what?
gold.
That would be a great lead into the whole UFO joke thing that I got.
No, and
going.
then you could say, hold on. If you got them with a hook like that, you could say whatever you wanted after that.
Dude, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's gold. See,
Yeah.
Shadow's back on time. Back on
Well, no,
time.
any comedy needs a beginning, a middle, and an end, and there's three of us here.
No, that's a great opener, though, right?
Right.
That you could literally say, anybody else believe in aliens? And then you get a few people, and I'm like, fuck yeah, man. I was totally noble. Aliens exist. And then the government said they're real. So,
Yeah, and then I saw those senators.
and let him kind of react.
That's you know Jack Torrance. He would explain it.
Real, I went,
Yeah. I would explain it. I'd be like,
I
I
had my
thought
hopes
guys.
set on them.
That's a great opener. Is there anybody in here who thought aliens were
I
real?
knew the aliens were going to come back and save us. And then
Yeah.
the
Oh no.
government said they're
You could
real.
go off. You could go off a million directions with that.
Fuck
joke.
yeah, that's got quite a few tangents going. That's good. I got to rewrite it though. I got to rewrite
Well, you
it.
got to make it. Listen, it's not rewriting. It's called making it your own.
Right. I got to figure
Yeah.
out. I got to try a few
I didn't
approaches.
think it.
See, the way you said it, it took a minute. You had to think about it. That's good. You got to think, right? It makes you.
Yeah, that's
think
good.
about
That's
it
good.
to come across the answer, right? And so that's got to be in the delivery too, right? I really believed in aliens until the government.
Yeah, but me and you knew as soon as he started talking
right.
about that.
Most people won't get it. A lot of people will be like, "Duh." Right.
Yeah, we knew what the joke was before it came out of his mouth, but I knew the setup to the joke for everybody.
It was kind of like the one that I was doing for the T-shirt. Remember, Bigfoot's ghost is an alien from the government.
Right. Of course, dude.
All the conspiracies in one. Right?
Hey, Reg, I know we haven't been doing the Instagram thing. This is a more personal one this time, but remember, they showed this fucking footage of some apparent Bigfoot that's supposed to be high res. Finally, somebody got some high res. Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't see it, but I knew it was there. Look, it's going to be AI generated if you ever.
Oh, you know it is.
Yeah,
right?
They're testing that AI on
Bigfoot hoaxing is big money. You know that,
bro. I had an idea, and I still haven't patented it yet. I'd be a millionaire right now. Listen, Arkansas Sasquatch.
Nice. No, that's good.
All I would have to do is
you guys got a lot of that down there too, right?
Oh, we got that shit down here, bro.
Yep.
Oh, come on, man.
Hell yeah. I mean, where was the Patterson-Gimlin film? Was like Northern California, right?
I believe so.
Right. And they literally bragged about they were going to go out and film Bigfoot
They did.
Time,
See, nobody knows that.
They bragged about it, and then they went and filmed it because it was a hoax. The only one who took it to the grave was Patterson, right? Or no, it was Patterson. Patterson was
I believe it was Patterson that never spoke on it, but we all knew that it was a guy that he looked back, and then the best part I like is that now people with the computers have stabilized the footage so you can really see it.
And they've all, I mean, dude, this is the whole problem with being a hoaxer is that you have to take it to the grave, and then the whole thing about doing a hoax is that it will take on a life of its own. Right?
Oh, it always does. 9/11.
The guy who wore the gorilla suit admitted to it, and Gimlin admitted to it.
And then I'm a hoax and psyop guy, right? Hey, listen, 9/11, a hoax that took on a life of its own. JFK, a hoax that took on a life of its own.
That's the danger of it. You got to watch out.
Yeah, look at all the hoaxes they have to take on a life of their own.
And then you have to live that hoax for the rest of your life too. You have to live it, right?
You have to live it.
You have to live the lie.
You have to live the lie.
Right. And who can do that? Fuck, I couldn't do that.
Bro, how could we do that?
No way.
I would not go out there.
I wouldn't be able to handle it. Right?
Now they're saying
What's that, Shadow?
I'm saying
Come
now
on.
they're saying they found Tupac's killer.
Oh my God, the hoax that never dies.
It'll
You didn't
never
hear
end.
me?
Was he with Elvis?
No, I heard it. I
Yeah.
heard they got the suspect and all, and not the well, they got the killer and all that, and that was a hoax and a psyop to begin with.
The distraction.
A distraction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tupac
I mean, they'll say, "Fuck, we found Elvis."
didn't
Just a
exist. He was just a
Right. I mean,
character.
well, fuck it, dude.
yeah. It's just a
Yeah.
fucking stage show.
Hey, Shadow, you're outgrowing those stupid fucking hip hop jokes, man.
Come on, man. They're still kind of funny though.
They are funny. They are, but it just proves it's not unlike the Bigfoot or UFO scandals. It's not.
See, that was the thing
unlike
back when Cynthia and I were starting to make our documentary for the paranormal shit that we did that made the TV show and all that and all those weird captures and stuff. I told her, I said, man, she goes, well, why don't you air the part where the feathers got thrown on the floor, or the one pair, or no, it wasn't the feathers, it was a bottle cap got flicked in the back room, right? But you couldn't see where the bottle cap came from. All you could see is it get flicked. And she goes,
Right.
why don't you publish that part? I go, well, because people could say we flicked the bottle cap ourselves, right?
right.
And I don't want anything to even come close to being a hoax, because
No, you have to own that. Look,
yeah,
there'll
right. You
always
have to live the hoax forever then.
forever.
Right?
No,
So
you
even
can't
still,
hoax.
it was a genuine piece of evidence. I wouldn't publish it just because people could claim that it'd be a hoax. Whereas everything we had published up until then is like, okay, this is on one layer of film. Look at it. You tell me what that is. And people say, oh, that's a bug. And I show them what a bug looks like on infrared, right? Say, see how different that is? It doesn't look anything like this. Now what is it? And they go, oh, well, it was just a reflection of a fucking swamp gas in Venus, right?
Right. Men in Black.
Whatever, right? And so those people who aren't going to believe will never believe. And those people that will have an open mind will look at it and go, well, that's interesting, right? And those people that believe will believe. But like I said, the skeptics even have to go, well, that's interesting, right?
Right. No, you said it. You said it. No, you said it. You said you swamp gas. No, that Men in Black. And then they
Some
flashed.
people will make an excuse about everything, is what I meant.
Then they flashed them with the thing, but the flash was just the flicker rate on your television.
Right.
I was gonna say that.
Exactly.
Or your phone or your television.
Yeah, the television.
Yeah. That's the flash.
That's the greatest mind control device ever created.
Oh, come on, man.
Easily. But this is why I only stare at it every once in a while. No, just kidding.
Every once in a while.
No, I haven't turned on my TV in forever, right?
Oh,
I mean, the only thing I stare at is this goddamn computer screen.
My TV just sits there as a black screen that it is.
I know, right? It's so weird.
I never turn it on unless I'm making a video.
Dude, I turned it on the other day just for the fuck of it to watch a movie on DVD, right? And
on DVD.
Wow.
On DVD.
Yeah, on DVD.
Yes. I do the same thing. Yes, sir.
Go, Shadow. Go.
I was gonna say, I haven't seen the movie, but you know Red Dawn?
Yeah.
The remake.
Yeah,
in the beginning, you see Obama.
Wait, I don't know if I saw that.
And Biden.
I didn't see it.
And
tell us about
it. In the beginning, you see. I haven't watched the movie, but I've just seen like somebody was showing the beginning, and it has Obama talking, Hillary, and Biden. And when Biden's talking, it's showing you what's happening today.
Really?
Like at current time.
Predictive programming shit.
Yeah. With the actual guy. He's very good.
Goddamn,
can you still hear?
Dies when I leave the room, huh? Dude, God, I was hoping you guys would carry it there for a minute. Come on. So you're saying at the opening of Red Dawn? Let's look this up. I wonder if we can get the clip and watch it. It's called the remake of Red Dawn. You're saying?
Yeah,
go to YouTube
the remake.
if we can find it. YouTube. I can't log into YouTube on this share screen because I got to go through Goog, right? And so I'm gonna go to YouTube and we're looking up opening scene for Red Dawn, the remake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he might not come up.
Let's see what happens. What the hell, right? Red Dawn, 1984. That was the first one, right? 2012 was the remake, right? Okay, there it is. It's only 12 seconds though. Wait, there's one. Red Dawn 2012 intro YouTube. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds wrong. Wrong. I was looking at Kim Jong-un when I said that. No, I'll play it. Yeah, I think we can get it. Let's check it out.
Check it out.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. And we're gonna play it. Hold on. Yeah, damn it. Okay, pause, you motherfucker. See, that's the problem all the time is. Okay, there it is. I paused it. Let's put it on the share screen and we can watch it. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. We all down?
Down.
Hell yeah, let's do it. And let's see what you're talking about. You said that who's on it? No, who what'd you say? You said Obama is on it?
Biden.
And Biden? Well, of course,
Yeah,
they're
the free idiot.
buddies back then, remember?
The free stooges.
The three. All right, here it is. Let's check it out, and we'll laugh about it in a minute. All right.
Oh shit.
Here we go. Okay. It says right now is the first second. Fears of a second recession have caused panic. And so make sure that it's going here and I can hear it.
Of a second recession have caused panic in Europe's financial markets.
The severity of this recession will cause more pain.
Obama.
European Union cannot bail out Greece. You've seen the government of Spain coming out and saying we have the same problem. Portugal says the same thing. There's some talk.
Can you guys see it? Okay,
yeah.
Okay, good.
US intelligence officials are growing more and more concerned that foreign operatives are
surveilling
computer systems that control America's infrastructure.
It's now clear this cyber threat is one of the most serious national security challenges we face as a nation.
And it might have the ability to go in and cripple financial networks, nuclear plants, chemical plants, all of which would have devastating effect.
North Korea has now joined the Pacific Rim Cooperation Organization. The group's formation is a clear warning that further intervention in the region by the U.S. and its allies will not be tolerated.
A South Korean TV station reports that North Korean leader Kim Jong-il suffered a stroke.
His third and youngest son, Kim Jong-un, has been tapped to inherit power.
Promoted from a nobody to high political and military office.
As a kid, he was really loved by his father because he had a fit of anger.
He will now lead the world's fourth largest army. Groups are fighting against Russia's government from within its borders. Rebels were planning to increase their violent campaign as the country prepares for the presidential elections.
Russia's pouring more troops into the Georgian capital, Tbilisi.
Ex-Soviet Georgia has become a focus of tension between Russia and the West.
We're working to reset our relationship with Russia.
U.S. soldiers are being deployed with renewed conflicts in the Middle East, South Asia, and the Korean Peninsula.
Critics suggest this leaves our shores unprotected. South Korea accused the North of firing a torpedo at its Cheonan warship.
South Koreans continue to protest against North Korea's attack on Yongbyon Island.
Some are calling the attack a crime against humanity.
North Korea continues to act in a provocative and belligerent manner. There are consequences to such actions.
Fueling the fire, the North has ripped up non-aggression pact.
This is an incredibly immature regime in the North.
The rogue North Korean dictator makes a wild threat to wipe out the United States.
North Korea is like a spoiled child.
North Korea is a danger to the world.
What would North Korea possibly hope to gain?
What will be the next step?
What is it that they want?
What are they preparing for?
North Korea.
Oh, Boogeyman.
Hey, Boogeyman, they're fake states.
Ooh, they made that shit up a long time
They're
ago.
fake Boogeyman that's not real.
Dude, Kim Jong-un, Kim Jong-il, the prior, remember, he used to rock quite the set of shades.
Right.
He was fucking the product of the CIA. They had him right here. He was U.S. educated, right? And literally they propped him up after the whole
He was
Korean...
meant to be China, but they changed it to North Korea.
Right. For the purposes then, remember, they were pushing North Korea as the...
that was the big one back then.
Yeah. Remember the original one, of course, it was Russia.
Oh, it's always Russia. It's still Russia.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Just like in the movie that I was talking about, the new Mission Impossible, the thing, the entity actually came. They made it look like it came from a fucking submarine that they sunk in. Actually, no, actually, maybe I'm getting that wrong. The opening sequence was actually pretty good. It was one of those nuke subs, under the ice, and this one was the super stealth. It was like the red. What was that? Hunt for Red October. It was like the stealth sub that supposedly the world's best killing machine. They call it. Be afraid. And the entity actually came in and hijacked their instruments to where they thought that they came across a sub that actually launched a fucking missile at them, right?
So they were playing hoaxes and psyops.
Right. The torpedo was launched at them, so they countered and launched a torpedo too, right? And then as soon as that torpedo,
We saw that movie in 1983. It was called War Games.
Right. They did that kind of same thing. It was a pretty well acted and out scene, though. It was actually pretty effective. These guys are sitting there all ready to get hit by a fucking torpedo, and all of a sudden nothing happens and everything goes blank, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And the skipper actually realizes, he goes, "It was never there to begin with." And then all of a sudden one of the guy goes, "Hey, our own torpedo's coming back to get us now." And these guys are like, "Wait, what? Shit, shut it down!" And they can't shut it down, and their own torpedo gets them and sinks them. And so this is a 2-part movie too. I forgot about that. The second part is going to have to deal with them going to find out what's in this sub, which is what the AI is after, apparently, right? It's all about this key too. They have this 2-prong key, right? 2 parts, and you have to have them together, and they only activate when the 2 are together, and they're supposed to open some kind of fucking box that they're all trying to control, kind of thing. It's just completely. It's kind of a cool story, though. Don't get me wrong. They were pretty wrapped up, but I still thought it was kind of cool. I watched the whole thing. It's super long. I had to watch it in 2 parts, though, right? And but what's cool is the stunts are really badass, like they always are. Tom Cruise literally fucking drives a motorcycle off a fucking giant cliff over there somewhere in Europe, right? And it's fucking pretty badass. And so that's like one of the coolest scenes. And then the new chick that's in it, she's actually pretty hot. So you got that.
Always a plus.
And then the old guy, the Ving Rhames, and the other guy, Shaun of the Dead. What's his name? Shadow.
Shaun
What's
and
that guy's
Peg.
name? Yeah. He's fucking
Simon
hilarious.
Pegg.
Both of them are hilarious in this, right? Their characters are well known by now, right? The Ving Rhames is the black hacker guy, right?
Right.
And then Simon Pegg is the guy who he's comic relief. They play some pretty funny. They have some great lines in it. It's over, and it was worth a watch. And but what got me immediately right away is this whole "be afraid of AI" thing, right? That's the next boogeyman, and yeah, they played it out. It almost reminded me. Okay, have you ever heard of Remo Williams, the Destroyer? Not the movie they made, but the book series. Remo and Chun, right? Chun is the old Korean master that trains this young American douchebag to be the world's greatest assassin, of course, working for the government. you never heard of those? The Destroyer series, super fucking popular. As growing up on a fishing boat, all we used to do was read books, right?
Right.
And so you run through these little ports, and they have book exchanges everywhere at the laundromats where you're up there doing your laundry. There's a book exchange, right? Because every fisherman's got to do his laundry. And so we'd be in these obscure little ports, and I'd bring up the books that we all read and trade them off for books that we never did. And so we run into all kinds of weird shit in those book exchanges, right? And one of them was the Destroyer series. There was also like Edge. You ever heard of Edge? Edge is like Westerns, right? It's some of the most violent Westerns in print, right? Which is true. They were, I mean, fucking that Edge dude used to slash people up with his razor knife and shit, right? He was just wanton killer, and they were kind of vaguely interesting. I remember that series. That's where I found Edgar Rice Burroughs with John Carter of Mars. Never would have read any of that hadn't it been for these book exchanges, Even Tarzan. I read the whole Tarzan series. But they had this Destroyer series that I ran into, man, this shit was funny. All right. You got this old Korean master who's training this young fucking American infidel, right?
Infidel.
He's borrowing that term, right? And he's training him to that you can't eat hamburgers anymore, right? It's the main thing, right? One of the main recurring things is Remo constantly eating these hamburgers that are going to kill him, right? And the master's telling him only eat a handful of rice and some fish, kind of thing, right? Which is a good thing, you know. I agree with. Yeah. But there was one stories in particular that got me, is that most of them were just kind of comic relief, but there was one where they had this computer program called Friend, right? And this fucking thing was an AI type thing. And dude, the way that whoever wrote this fucking story was a genius, right? Because it was so believable. You would get this fucking email from a friend, right? And then this friend program, what it did was it took over like it took over the psyche of this actual mob boss, you know, some dude who would kill anybody for fucking, you know, some Italian mob boss like you see in the movies, right? One of those guys who will, you know, and the mob boss actually he didn't really take over. He kind of partnered with him, and the mob boss all he wanted was more money, and friend would bring him more money, and he would go out and kill the people that the friend told him to do, right? So he became the physical counterpart of this malicious fucking program. And dude, that shit was insane. I mean, it seemed like that shit could probably, you know, actually happen, right? You know, and so, you know, this mob boss is doing all the fucking physical fucking work for this fucking AI fucking computer that knows everything about everybody, right? And so Remo and Chun were actually uh, the government who that hired them, right? Gave them the gold, and now go get rid of this friend thing, whatever it is, right? And so they go out after it, and of course the old Korean dude figures it out in his parable kind of way, right? I mean, he was a genius, but he would speak in a parable kind of thing, like, you know, he didn't know what a computer was, but he knew what the fucking AI was, right? That kind of right? He couldn't describe the computer program, but he could describe the entity kind of thing is what I'm getting at. And so it's up to them two to take this thing out. And it's not even human. And it was a really cool story because the fucking computer program actually tried to hide in a fucking structure of a building, right? And it was like that malicious and that intelligent. And it was, like I said, whoever wrote that shit was a conceptual genius because that shit worked. You know, you could actually see something like that possibly happening. And so that's kind of what it reminded me watching this Mission Impossible thing. They had kind of a vaguely believable scenario, right? And
well, yeah, that's why I like the first Mission Impossible, you know, because that was vaguely realistic. I mean, what it was is they leaked in the very first one, they leaked a whole set of everybody that was an agent, a deep agent, to everybody else. I mean, they leaked it all. There was a whole bunch of people that got exposed and shit. Right. You know?
Yeah, dude. They have pretty well stuck with it. That's why I always like the Mission Impossible series too, right? And they say that, of course, all those writers get briefed by the fucking CIA on what
they do.
Right? Yeah, they do, right?
Hey, they're all actors. They're all actors.
Oh yeah,
you know, so
the world's a stage. Uh-oh. That sounds like Jack's phone died. And that's what happens. And shit, we're almost 3 hours, so I get it. Let's go ahead and wind this down. Right on, Shadow. Thanks for joining, everybody for joining. You guys have done me a wonder of boosting my spirits, which I absolutely needed. And this is why I can't miss these things every week. I felt really bad about that the last few weeks, not getting on here. And we're going to make that a thing of the past. Make sure you at least get on here once a week. If I do have to miss like a Wednesday for some other reason, I'm going to make it up on a different day of the week, or maybe even a middle of the night Jack stream, which I feel coming very soon. And so I think I had a few things on the Instagram page, but who gives a hell? We'll get to them next time. Nothing really big too much, except for the fact that they're pushing all the fucking regular suspects. Here we go. There's war. And oh, by the way, aliens over here too. Remember those. Don't forget about the aliens, even though war is what we want to have our excuse to spend trillions on. And so this is why you're prices are going up because they need to have that war. And I know, can I ignore it too, right? But that's all you get nowadays. Oh my God, we must stand with Israel. They can print all the money. Anyway, big love to everybody. Thank you so much for joining. It was so good to see everybody who I hadn't in so long. Joey, Grace, which is Farm Girl, and Bull Rider, especially too, right? Because we hardly get to see him win more. Of course, thanks Shadow too for joining, and of course Jack for joining. And everybody who I'm missing, Loken and everybody else, and we're down to one person. That must be you, Shadow. No, I'm just playing. Probably Joey. Kiwan just joined her. Thanks for coming in. Please watch the replay. I think it'll probably stay up. Let's hope. Did talk about some stuff I don't know, but we'll see. I think that maybe I lost a strike by now. I haven't even looked that much. But once again, boost your immune system. No, I know I got to practice what I preach too. I haven't been in the creek for weeks, for probably months now. But I was thinking about that the other day. It still hasn't frozen. Might be able to get one dip in. And so as far as that goes, I'm finally starting to eat myself back onto the supplements too. I feel like I need to do a parasite flush myself. I'm feeling that. Maybe I'm going to get some product and maybe we can all do it together. Do a few weeks flushing out or something and get back onto it, get back into working out. I'm serious about doing this transformation type video and also about just letting it go, giving it all to the Lord, giving it all to Jesus. Let him have it. It's yours now. Whatever happens, happens. I don't care. Quit freaking out. That's where I'm at. And I thank you guys for your prayers and whatnot. And I'll be praying for you too. And so Shadow, give us something to go out on.
Donate to the Daily Wire.
To the Daily Wire. I knew it'd have be something to do with either Trump or Shapiro. I knew it. I was expecting a mega, some kind of mega. What was that
Make
mega we were talking about? Mega AI.
Make Israel great again.
There you go. That's the Shadow we know and love. We're going to make Israel great again. And so until we see you next time, watch for maybe perhaps a video coming out about my mom's story. All right. The one about the wolves. I'm going to be working on that as my side project now. Going to be a little narrative with some moving picture photos, perhaps with a little movement in them. Like what's that freaking documentary, guys, that does on, they talk about it, the effect where the photos are moving. I'll never remember. Shadow, you should know this one. But anyway, look to see something like that perhaps happen. I already published pretty much what I did for the Halloween video, but you never know. I might have one last other thing pop off before Halloween, something funny. These are the kind of things that keep me going here, right? My little film projects. And so big love to everybody. Once again, boost the immune system, give somebody a hug, buy some of those things you're going to need because they're getting to be in scarce supply and they're getting more expensive. And so buy some seeds too, microgreen seeds. I started to grow some of mine too recently too, but I'm holding on to them. I'm looking up at them right now. Right? Holding on to them for those because we're going to need them, man. It might be the only food I have to eat someday. And so I'm kind of using them sparingly. But the cheapest food you're ever going to have is microgreen seeds because you can grow them. And best nutritious food you'll ever have, and it'll only cost you a few bucks for a whole tray. So get ready. Keep each other bolstered like we're doing right here. And as Jack says, let's get it together because we got to keep ourselves together. Let's get it together and keep it together. Keep each other encouraged in these uncertain times that we face that are coming up on us. And so once again, one last word, Shadow, do it. Come on.
Trust the plan.
Trust in the plan. That's a good one. Hell yeah. Fuck you. Big love, everybody. Everybody, and like I said, take it seriously now. We're getting down there. And hopefully we can continue to talk to each other. We've been lucky so far. And Big love to everybody. One big hug. We'll see you next time.